So I need to have even pressure on my foot. Yeah. Your toes should be pressing the weight onto your heels. If you're wearing shoes, you should have enough room so where they can like kind of spread out and then kind of grip the ground. You have more stability here or here. Okay. Same thing with your feet. So I want to be able to spread my toes, full footprint on the ground, and I'm using that whole footprint. So the integrity of my joints, again, comes from engaging my feet. So I need to have even pressure on my foot. Yeah.
Good morning, Bam. We're live. Yes. I've got a meeting at the start of the show, but I'll be sure to catch up. Okay, cool, fine. 2 times speed to catch up. I did that yesterday when listening to Lauren Khalil's podcast. I started like 45 minutes late, and then I wanted to be caught up. Now I kind of understand the desire to be live because I don't want to be behind. That way, like the chat makes sense to me. It was pretty funny show yesterday. I mean, for me, because people were asking her questions that I've talked about on this show. You know, like one of the suggestions I had was that she should bang CrossFit athletes and then talk about it on the air. And someone asked her that question. There were a bunch of questions people asked her, and they were all the ones she didn't like. She's like, I don't like this question. Why would anyone ask me that? Someone needs to explain. I don't think Lauren understands that she shares half the planet with men and what men are all about and what men are like. She was like, this is really disappointing. I've worked really hard not to just be seen as a woman or as a sex object. It's like, yo, dude, listen, let me explain something to you. That is not up to you. That you could chop, you could go the full libtard route, Lauren. You could chop your tits off, cut all your hair off, just make yourself ugly as fuck, start putting piercings all over your face so that dudes won't be attracted to you. But you share the fucking planet with 4 billion dudes who want to fucking hold your tits from behind and fucking hit you doggy style. It has nothing to do with you. You have no choice over it. So when someone sent and she's like, who sent this to me anonymously? I would like you to reveal yourself so we can have a chat. Oh, gross, Jake. Some guys like anal. That is disgusting. That is gross. Anal. Ugh. What to me? I think I'm trying to think whether I'd rather have anal or drink pee. My mate's pee. I don't know. God, it just sounds disgusting. Both of them. Gay men hate anal with women. Really? Well, that's interesting. I need to think about that. Anyway, and it was funny a few times. Like she said, like you could tell like her temperament changed during the podcast, and then she would apologize for getting angry, but she never even gets angry. She doesn't. I don't even know if she knows how to get angry, or maybe I'm just really bad at reading when she's angry. Adam Blakeslee, I've seen her in person. She's not sexy. Yeah, I've seen her in person a bunch too. I'm not saying whether she's sexy or not sexy, but dude, first of all women are sexy. And the thing is that whole mindset, she revealed some interesting things yesterday. But that whole mindset of like, I'm trying not to be a sex symbol, or I'm trying to get recognized based on my merit. Just throw all that out the door. Just work hard. Of course, there's going to be dudes who want to fuck you. You're on the planet with 4 billion dudes, and every 30 seconds, dudes are trying to like let one fly. Like, just be chill. Don't worry about that. Work hard. No one's. Just because dudes want to bang you, Lauren, doesn't mean that you're not working hard or that you're not worthy or reputable or a quality reporter. None of, like, you're conflating those things. Those dudes are out of your control. Enjoy that. The sooner you recognize that it is just a factor, you can manipulate it and enjoy it. Just manipulate it and enjoy it. It's just part of the ecosystem. It's like people who avoid going outside on a rainy day. the fuck is wrong with you? Water's falling from the sky and you're not going to go outside? That's crazy. Grant, I like Lauren. Yeah, it's a cool show. She just needs a little guidance. But anyway, I get really excited. And thank you for all the people who text me to tell me when it's live. Because I love watching it live. And yesterday was crazy. There were like 14 live viewers, and they were all pretty chatty. Kathy in the comments, and she was getting overwhelmed. I enjoyed that part. I enjoy watching her be like, "Well, you was like, you know what I mean?" She's like a little kid, and you put too many desserts in front of them, and they fucking short circuit. I don't dislike Lauren, but her show is brutally boring. Yeah, maybe you're right, but for some, maybe I like it because I feel like I'm watching something I shouldn't like. I kind of feel like she's a toddler, like is stuck in a woman's body. And maybe Adam, that's why you don't find her sexy. Like she's just like she needs some like crazy like reality got too far in front of her and she needs to run up and catch it. Yeah, I guess it's like watching. I didn't watch MTV. I should have. I was too busy. I don't know what I was doing. But anyway, there's probably a lot of meat on that bone. I should have taken notes so I could have done more on it. But what happened was last night the kid's jiu-jitsu instructor got a black belt. Man, that was it was so touching. It was so awesome. So we went to class, and then I was outside trying to listen to Lauren's podcast at 2 times. 2 times speed. Sevi, what we like about you is that you're being. That you're being. We, the viewer, can tell when people aren't being authentic. It's like watching Grant's videos. Oh, Jesus. Did you see what he did there, Grant? He killed 2 birds with 1 stone. He fucking tied you and Lauren Cleel together and then ran you over. That wasn't cool. But still made me feel good. Unless you're saying Grant is authentic too. Oh, Jake and I have an interesting relationship. Hey, listen, the other day when the show was fucking hurting, Grant called me right away when the StreamYard was all fucked up and started giving me solutions. I appreciated that. What do you guys want to talk about? You guys want to talk about? We can talk about. The guest is going to be a little late. He's a doctor, so he's got doctor shit to do, which is cool. I really like this guy. He's Armenian, Dr. Tro Kaligian. We can we'll get to both of them, but I have 2 topics. I have the distinguished gentleman John Woolley to speak about this morning, and then giant tits. No shit, Noah Kaniga, depending on how you say it, could be Noah Nigga, depending if you do the K silent or not. He has a twin sister. Someone gave me his phone number to get on the show, and I didn't want to call him because he was under 18, but I need to get him on the show. Someone looks like he's transitioning to Colonel Sanders. So fucking the distinguished gentleman John Woolley has made it change my whole fucking life for the next 3 months, I think. This fucking guy. I think he won. I think he checkmated my shit. Motherfucker. Hey, getting checkmated. I suck at chess. Son of a bitch. Where and why do people watch Woolley? When I see him, I only see a turtle. Yeah, but that fucking turtle called me out to do the open and like donate to charity. Like, first of all, let me do the giant tit thing first. I want to start the morning off on it. Let's talk about giant tits. Although this is a very sad story. This is crazy. This chick did the opposite of Catherine David's daughter. Simona Halep. Okay, you guys ready for this? I can't believe I never heard of this story.
2008, Simona Halep had made it to the top 200 in women's tennis. But to achieve Grand Slam and get into top 50 in women's tennis, she was facing two big issues. And that was Simona's massive 34 double
Ds. Simona's massive 34 double Ds. That's crazy, isn't it? Think about I need to get a doctor on. Oh, I think I turned the heat up too high in here. I need to get a doctor on the show and I need to get a doctor on the show and figure out how that works. So what happens? Like, why do some frames do that? You just like everyone holds their fat. Tits are just giant lumps of fat, right?
D breast size. Due to big sizes, she was facing huge problem in running between the play properly. She was not even able to play back hand smoothly. Soon she realized that if she want to become champion in tennis player, then she have to sacrifice her God-given breast size.
Jesus Christ, that shot from the sky was crazy. So you couldn't do backhand because you couldn't reach over like this because your tits got in the way? Yeah, genetics. So what is it? Like everyone's given like a like, hey, here's your fat cells, and like they're distributed all over the body, and some chicks have a shitload of them put on their chest. Dude, this chick is hot as fuck. Surprised you weren't on her prior. She still got bombs after the cut down. I had this girlfriend who had the hugest tits you've ever seen in your life. They were like this big, and she got a breast reduction before I got to them, and they got fucking destroyed. The doctor took out like half the boob inside. I mean, they were still like bigger than double D's, but he didn't tie the skin up. He just took out the tit. And so her tits were like Shar-Peis. It was fucked up. It was fucked up. It was crazy. Oh man, it was tragic.
Simona decided to undergo breast reduction surgery, reducing her size to 34C. This difficult decision proved to be a turning point in her career. Over the next 5 years, Simona Halep gradually started ranking up in tennis. 9 years after the surgery, in 2018, she achieved her dream by winning the French Open. And very next year, 2019, she won Wimbledon Championship. What are your views? Comment down and follow Advanceable to be the advanced version of yourself. By 2008, Simona Halep had made it to the top 200 in women's tennis. But to achieve Grand Slam and get into top 50 in women's tennis, she was facing two big issues. And that was Simona's massive 34 double D breast size. Due to big sizes, she was facing huge problem in running between the play properly. She was not even able to play back hand smoothly. Soon she realized that if she want to become champion in tennis player,
Jesus criminy,
then she have to sacrifice her God-given breast size.
Who took that picture? That you know they're gonna burn in hell. Who is this? Hello? Hey.
Hey, I'll be there in 2 minutes. We still good?
Oh yeah, we're totally good.
Okay.
Okay.
Everything's good?
Yeah, I'm in Pomlavish. Shadshranagalan.
All right, I'll be there in a second.
Okay, take your time. No, the good doctor is calling.
Simona decided to undergo breast reduction surgery, reducing her size to 34C.
You're telling me she couldn't have won Wimbledon unless she did that? Fucking A. It's pretty crazy to win Wimbledon. That AI voice sounds smarter than John Young. That AI voice is pretty funny, huh? It's like talking to one of my foreign relatives. Just leaving out all sorts of words, wrong verb tense. Oh, then she popped for PEDs like 2 years later? No shit. Yeah, tennis is so gay. But it's so awesome. Tennis is so awesome. God, tennis is so fun. Once you know a little bit about it, it's crazy. It is a crazy sport. It is a crazy, crazy sport. I can't believe she won Wimbledon. That's badass. there's like a circus component to tennis, because it's so ridiculous what they do with the racket and the ball, how hard they hit it and the precision. It's crazy. I live 10 minutes from Wimbledon. What are you talking about? 10 minutes from Wimbledon? You live on a fucking island in the middle of nowhere, don't you? That's how I picture it. Disseldinger, she could have left her titties and just played pickleball. No. Christine, did your friend regret getting her titties chopped off? What PED did she pop for? Like EPO or something? Sevon can't read. Oh, lived. Hold on. Did you really say lived? Oh, whatever. That was another thing yesterday in Lauren's podcast. Towards the end, like the chat was getting pretty loud, and she was like freaking out, like she was getting overwhelmed. And there were just like 14 people in the chat. I was like, Jesus. She reminded me of like a little kid with like a butterfly net, like a 3-year-old trying to catch a butterfly, but like just fucking had no chance. It was cute. It was funny. Thank you, Adam, for the precision in the statement. Sevon can read. He can't read well. Sevon can't read. He can read well. Sevon can read. He can't read well. Jeez, fucking. I see what you did there. Yo.
Lighting good, or you want it brighter?
Oh, you look great, dude.
Good?
You look like a distinguished Armenian gentleman.
That's the farthest from the truth. Actually, believe it or not, it's the farthest from the truth. Everything's good?
Yeah, I was just looking at this story. I started the morning looking at this story. Do you know about this lady? This is probably not what you thought you were going to come on here and talk about for a second. Simona Halep, do you know who that is?
I have no clue who that is. No.
Okay, listen to this.
2008, Simona Halep had made it to the top 200 in women's tennis. But to achieve Grand Slam and get into top 50 in women's tennis, she was facing 2 big issues. And that was Simona's massive 34 double D breast size. Due to big sizes, she was facing huge problem in running between the play properly. She was not even able to...
Doesn't it sound like one of our Armenian relatives, the AI, the way it's like the verb tense is all fucked up? 2 massive problems. She run between...
play backhand smoothly. Soon she realized that if she want to become champion in tennis...
If she want to become champion, the AI is like some like Armenian immigrant.
This player, and she have to sacrifice her God-given breast size. Simona decided to undergo breast reduction surgery, reducing her size to 34C. This difficult decision proved to be a turning point in her career. Over the next 5 years, Simona Halep gradually started ranking up in tennis. 9 years after the surgery, in 2018, she achieved her dream by winning the French Open. And very next year, 2019, she won Wimbledon Championship. What are your views? Comment down.
She won the French Open in Wimbledon.
Yeah. I don't know. I have mixed feelings, man.
Brother, I've been mourning I got this. I saw this on Instagram 30 minutes ago, and I've been just struggling, reeling. I thought I should call a shrink.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, okay, she can do whatever she wants, but there's like this whole fucking industry chopping off boobs. I understand she wants it, I don't know. Hopefully we're not recording right now.
Oh no, we are. No, we are.
Oh, fuck, man. All right, here we go.
Show's been live for 20 minutes, buddy. Every morning, 7 a.m. I'm a little Armenian man.
Fuck me. All right, sorry. Okay. So this is, like this is the problem, right? I have 2 sides of the coin. If that's my daughter, and my daughter or my sister or like just a fellow human was like, I want to do this to advance my sporting prowess. But then the other part of me is like, why? Like, it's your body. You're like, do you really want to do that? Like, there's a human part of me that's like, why are you putting yourself through that? Why are you putting your body through that? For what? Like, to win, to go from like 50th in the world to like the top, 1 in the world for like a year, and then
I
And
will
then
say this:
what?
winning Wimbledon is crazy. Winning the French Open and Wimbledon is crazy. I mean, the competition in tennis is nuts. It is a
I
really hard sport.
I get it, but I mean, we're like venturing into altering ourselves, right? You know,
Right.
there was, you know, there was a which I think is just it's it's I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me. I haven't formulated my full opinion yet, but there's something about it that's like, I mean, gosh, I can imagine being my sister and me saying like, don't do this to your body. Like, for what? For a sport? You know, I don't know, you know, but like the other part of me is like, if she wants it, let her go do whatever she wants.
Right. Of
You know?
course. Yeah. Hey, I got a question about fat cells really quick for you.
Let's do it.
Are you born? Is everyone? For one of my friends got bariatric surgery, not bariatric surgery. Oh yeah, no. One of my friends after he lost a ton of weight, had his skin cut off, and then he gained the weight back, and
Oh my
through this
God, I'm sorry, man.
and then the fat started attaching to his organs, and through that I think I discovered this, and you tell me if this is right. We're all born with a certain amount of fat cells. So let's say you have 100, and if you chop off 50 of them, then your body still has to store fat, but it's only can do it in those 50.
So your body can make new fat cells. There are some like epigenetic chemical signals where your fat cells will divide. So first of all, let me introduce myself to your listeners.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Please.
Okay. So there's somebody out here listening. My name is Tro Kalesian. I'm a physician. I am board certified in internal medicine and obesity medicine, and those, honestly, in my opinion, are fairly meaningless. Let's see. What's my biggest, proudest thing? You know, I was chief resident in Yale, and despite being on the 90th percentile on my board exam, meaning like the top 10% on what it took to be a doctor, I was a 350-pound doctor. You could see it in the picture there that Sevon's got on the. I was a 350-pound board certified doctor, and I didn't know how to be healthy. Right. I didn't know how to be healthy. They never taught me, despite being chief resident at Yale. They really didn't teach me. And I went into medicine watching my mom suffer really all throughout my life, going to Weight Watchers with her, being a fat kid, you know, and having a whole family that's just struggled with obesity. I wanted to change that for my family, for myself. And that's what brought me to medicine. And I found myself 350 pounds. I went through all their curriculums. They didn't teach me how to get healthy. I had to teach myself. And so I lost 150 pounds. I've kept it off and for 10 years. And I have a nationwide medical practice where I help people lose weight. And now I help companies lose weight. Sevon, you got to get this. Companies come to me now and say, Tro, we've seen your studies showing that you're able to decrease the cost of medications. We can't afford all the diabetes medications that are on our health plans. Can you help our employees, the people who want to make a change? And so now employers come to me, they pay me, their employees get our service for free, our telemedicine weight loss service. They get a health coach, a trainer, and our app and our remote monitoring. And I am able to, on average, help people lose 50 pounds at a year, 48 pounds at a year, and keep it off. And they don't even have to pay. The employees don't even have to pay. The company pays for it because we save them money on drugs their employees no longer need. Our patients, you know, they no longer need those medications. So that's my thing for your listeners. And I'll quiet down now.
and superficially speaking, thank you for doing that, by the way. And superficially speaking, you like you said, you had in front of you a very lucrative medical career that could have made turned you into an ATM machine, money pouring in, and you put it all on the line and invested all of your money and time and resources into and took a massive pay cut, pivoting to a model that you know would work and actually would improve people's quality of life. So instead of helping them being a docent of death and managing their sickness until they died, you've pivoted to helping cure people.
Well,
and
let
at a pretty
me
severe cost to yourself financially.
a huge cost. My wife just, my wife's an attorney. She's awesome. She's great. She crunched the numbers. She's like, one, if you would have done UPS, being a UPS truck driver instead of going to medical school, you would have made more money. She mapped it out for me on an Excel spreadsheet.
Wow.
And then, so there's that. And she mapped out, I would have had a net worth almost triple what I am had I stayed in the Yale system. For the first 5 years, I didn't take a salary. I'm not taking a salary this year. I cut my salary. But I have an amazing team. I mean, we have 15 people. We have 2 docs. We have 4 health coaches. We got a personal trainer. I mean, we have an all-star team. Every single person on our team has lost weight and kept it off the right. I don't want to say the right way, but without drugs, without surgery. And it's not like we don't use drugs. I mean, sometimes we do in very severe cases. It's not like we don't recommend surgery. Sometimes we do when it's like the last option. But we are, every doctor out there says, if you fail lifestyle and diet, right? We are like the pinnacle of lifestyle and diet, right? We are using CGMs to track people. We're using scales, blood pressure cuffs, tracking things in real time. We are seeing what happens in real time with our blood fluctuations, texting them. How can we help you? We saw a blood sugar fluctuation at 7 o'clock. What did you eat? Let's review it. Let's go over it. Let's talk about this together. If there's late night eating, emotional eating, we're able to address those things. So we are diet and lifestyle. And I'm proud of our results. One last thing.
No, go.
One last thing.
Yeah.
I have never signed a contract with a medical insurance company. Excuse my language. Fuck them. Okay. Never. I have left Medicare completely. Wow. I do not accept any money from insurance. And I'll tell you why. They will corrupt the way you think. Because if I'm taking money from a third party, I'm no longer thinking about the person in front of me. I'm thinking about your insurance and what they're going to pay me for. So I have done this. We have grown this practice, right, without ever taking a cent from a medical insurance company, because they are truly, truly corrupt entities, right? Truly corrupt. If I took that money, right, if I took the money, they would have incentivized me to give you medications. They would have incentivized me to give you jabs you didn't need. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know.
Yeah.
They would have incentivized me to see you quickly and not address your problems and just bring you back. So we made a decision. I made a decision on day one, no corrupting force between me and my patient. I have never taken a cent from pharma. Never. Not a pen, not a meal, nothing. I have not taken 1 cent from any supplement company, any food company, any company. When they say, give me a gift, we want you to come speak, blah, blah, blah. Here's money. I'm like, go donate it. Go donate it. Don't give it to me. Right. So I just want to put it out. That's how insane I am, Sevon.
When you said CGM, that's constant glucose monitor, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's a continuous glucose monitor. You put it on. Yep. Yeah. You got it. You put it on. And it's great. If you have diabetes, every single person should be on it. You can buy it from our website for $50, which is the cheapest place you could find it nationwide. Okay. $50. You can get a continuous glucose monitor from our app, the Tord Health app, or our website, tord.health, or drtro.com. So yeah, it's awesome. If you're stressed out, you're going to see that blood sugar go up from all the stress hormones. You're going to see it come tanking down, and you're going to finally start to realize, why am I hungry after I'm stressed out? If you're eating, a bunch of Nutri-Grain bars and whole grain this and, plant-based that, right? And you see the blood sugar go up, and then you see it come back down. When that blood sugar comes tanking down, it makes you more hungry. So when you start to close the loop on what's going on in your life and why you're primed to go eat the crap that's out there, that's when real change happens, when you're empowered with more info.
Where is this blood glucose monitor on your site?
Yeah, go to the Toward Health app right there on the nav, and then hit go right there and order biofeedback products right there. The first one. We got a CGM. Oh, it's $55. It looks like my manager raised it $5 because we were offering it too cheap.
So what do I do? I put that sticker on me and then Bluetooth that thing to my phone.
Yeah, so it does have Bluetooth. A lot of people don't like that, they don't like wearing a Bluetooth device. So that is like a little, if you don't need this, if you don't have pre-diabetes, diabetes, obesity, you don't need this. But it's a really cool device. That device is a ambulatory blood pressure monitor. It's an optical blood pressure monitor. You put it right here on your chest, and it gives you your blood pressure for 24 hours. Right. Again, if you're healthy, you don't really need these things. But if you have blood pressure on blood pressure medications, and you're like, let's come off this stuff, it's a great tool. And we got a sleep study. If you wanted to do a sleep study at home, you could just boom, click it, go. We make it easy nationwide.
I've always wanted to try one of these glucose monitors. I'm gonna try this. I just want to see, I want to see all the things that happens, getting up in the middle of the night and peeing, if that does anything, exercise, sex, staying up late. I want to see all those.
So it's tough to close the loop on all of those, but if you stay up late or have disturbed sleep, the next day, on average, your morning blood glucose will be higher, which means your drop, that happens after that morning rise will be greater. So if you get a crappy night's sleep, lo and behold, why is it that I'm hungry the next day? Well, your blood sugar is dropping more rapidly, more quickly. Stress, exercise, sex, they all will raise it. They'll all raise your blood glucose. And
you talk on one of your posts on Instagram, you talk about the hidden sugars. Like if you have this thing on, you'll start eating things that you thought had no sugar in them or wouldn't give you a spike. And you'll be like, oh shit, that thing has sugar in it.
Yeah, you know this because you've just been in the health and wellness space for a long time, but every restaurant out there, first of all, there's this big thing with seed oils. Everybody's like talking about seed oils now. When you go eat foods, it doesn't even have to have a lot of sugar, but if it has seed oils and a little bit of sugar, it's going to potentiate your glucose rise. So you just start to pay attention to these things. If you're going to a restaurant and you're like, oh, you go to let's say a Chinese restaurant, and you're like, give me the chicken, no sauce. Well, you didn't realize they're injecting dextrose and flour into that chicken, right? So they're like to make it, juicy and plumpy and whatnot. You didn't realize that in the, brown rice or white rice that they oftentimes they cook it in like sugar water to make it a little bit more sticky. So you start to our food environment is very malignant. It's a malicious, malignant food environment. And it's tough because when you tell people that, they just want to go enjoy their life and eat what they're going to eat and enjoy the birthday and this and that. And when you step back and you're like, no, this isn't normal. These foods aren't normal. You shouldn't. Yellow number 5 and red 40 is not you're not depriving your kids by taking these things out of their diet. But yeah, the glucose can start to open your eyes. It's like one part of that path.
I was at the last time I went to the doctor. I can't remember. I was there. It was a couple of years ago, and it was Kaiser, and it was. It is truly a joke. But I walked in there, and when I was leaving, the guy has my file, and he says to me, do you want the COVID shot? I'm like, no, thank you. And then he said, okay. And then he's like, he tells the nurse, get him the blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah shot. I couldn't even remember. I'm like, I don't need those. He's like, oh no, they're free. That was his response. And then I said, but why would I want that? And he said, well, because they're free. He wasn't like, dude, you got to get this. There's a serious case of blah, blah, blah breaking out, and you better get updated on your, and he just kept saying, because they're free. I'm like, hey, dude, no, thank you. That goes back to your Medicare, Medicaid thing. And you know what else that made me realize? That must work on 99 out of 100 people. It's free. And because he's in the authoritarian position. And they're like cops. You know how poor cops only get called to, you don't get called to a little kid's birthday party to celebrate. It's always like you're coming to fucking address some scumbag beating his wife. That I mean, he's just used to dealing with idiots. In the whole when you go to Kaiser, it doesn't even look like they treat people like me. It's like I pulled my Toyota truck into a Ferrari dealership, or vice versa. I pulled my Ferrari into a Toyota dealership. Like, no one in the waiting room looks like me. Nobody.
Yeah, you so like you're touching on something here that's I mean, I could talk for hours, Sevon, about this. So, I got stories that I can tell you, man. I don't know,
Let's hear one.
Okay, so I'm an intern. Okay, like how deep do you want to go?
As deep as you want.
I mean, I could stay superficial and say that guy's, paid a salary. He's incentivized to pay you to do quality metrics, which means offer, the flu and the pneumonia shot, right?
Oh yeah, that's what it was. You're right. You nailed it.
Yeah.
It was like some flu shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could so it makes sense, right? So that's like just like telling you, okay, he's incentivized. He thinks he's doing something. So he's also like a little bit of a robot. He's been told that this is the right thing and we need to do it and you all need to do it. And so he's a little bit of a robot. I don't think he actually knows. He probably didn't even read the studies for the flu shot. He probably hasn't read the studies for the pneumonia shot. And he's just sort of like trusting the system and going along, right?
Let me throw this in there, Dr. Tro. When
Yeah.
I asked him about autophagy, he had never heard of it. I said, "You've never heard of that?" He goes, "No." I said, "Okay." He goes, "Listen, don't worry about fasting. That's all nonsense. I'm going to give you a printout from Kaiser on how to be healthy." And one of the first things on there was to cook with canola oil.
Bro, can you send me that can you send me the printout?
I swear to fuck, if I have it somewhere, I will. Yeah, I swear to God. Cook with canola oil. Okay, sorry. So go on. So I hear you. So incentivized robot autopilot.
So I can't blame him, but like I'd imagine if you had like chest pain and like he would be great, because like he's not paid to think. So if you expect to have somebody to think, you have to make sure that they're incentivized to think. And he's not incentivized to think, right? So he's just doing a good job. He's a good boy, good boy, right? But you have to like sort of understand how this all started. And it depends on how far you want to go back, but you can go back to the problem with this started when the first step was when the liability was taken away from the vaccine manufacturers. So that's step one, right? So, the government in its like, and the doctors at the time, they were like, we need to expand vaccine use. We don't want outbreaks, blah, blah, blah. It may have been a noble lie at the time. It may have just been like, hey, we think that this is right. It's unclear. They said, we're not going to penalize the manufacturers of vaccines because they were all like, we're not going to do it, right? The 76 swine flu vaccine caused 5,000 lethal cases of Guillain-Barré and maybe 100 deaths.
Wow.
Right? 20% of the population took it. I mean, this is like you can look this up, type 76 flu. So
that's a paralysis of the face that Guillain-Barré thing. Okay.
Starts in the face, goes down to the body. You can't breathe. Sometimes you could die. It could be treated. You need plasmapheresis. Actually, at the time, there was like the shortage of dialysis machines because the treatment for Guillain-Barré filter the body of antibodies that are basically attacking the system. There was a shortage of machines at the time, the dialysis machines, because that's how it was treated, because there were so many paralyzed people from this vaccine. 30% of the US took up this vaccine and they all kind of got screwed. So they pulled the vaccine. So people were like hesitant to do vaccines because like plus or minus, episodes like this. And the government said, we're going to take away their liability. And so that was step one, right? So step one was the drug manufacturer is no longer liable. Step two was, the drug companies started to use a revolving door at the regulators, the CDC, the ACIP. They started to, hire people from those entities. And then once they're done there, they go back into the government and vice versa. That was step two, right? And so then they approve products with very little data, right? Very like they don't have great long-term controlled trial data for a lot of the vaccines on our schedule. Some of them they do, many of them they don't, right? So the level of data needed to approve these things was very low. So this is like setting the stage. 80s, 90s, 2000s. So the amount of drugs being approved is going, the vaccines being approved goes up and up. I go to med school in 2007, and by the time I get out in 2011, there's already talk of CMS, the Center of Medicaid Services, right? So they are already like, this is the huge entity that decides how hospitals and doctors get paid by Medicare. It like sets a standard, right? So CMS then is saying, well, wait a second, we have these vaccines and we want to make sure hospitals are doing the best they can for their patients. Why aren't they asking if their patients are getting vaccinated? So they said to every hospital, if you want to get paid from us, if you want to get paid as much, you need to report how many of your patients have the flu shot and have the pneumonia shot and have all their shots. And if you don't, right, actually first they said, we're just going to make it a requirement, right? So it's a requirement, right? And this came out of like the swine flu in 2008 or 9, whenever that was, right? Everybody was like, scared. So CMS said the hospitals have to find out who's vaccinated and who's not. Then the next year they said, if you don't report that to us, we're going to penalize you, right? So 2009, 2010, they're like, we're going to pay you less if you don't report it. And then
let me get a distinction here. If you don't report it, or if people aren't taking it.
If you don't report it,
okay.
Well, and then why? So you can anticipate the future. The next year, that's what they said. If you don't have a 90% vaccination rate, we're going to pay you less. So that's what's happening, right, in that time. And then the next year after that, right around that time, they say, wait a second, we're making them do this for patients. What about for healthcare workers? So at that time, they said, if you don't report your healthcare worker vaccination rate, we're going to penalize you.
Those are the people who work in the hospital.
Doctors, nurses, right? And this is when the bullshit really became a thing, because there was these aggressive campaigns to vaccinate doctors and nurses. So that's 2010 or 2011, right around that time. And then by 2012 or 2011, they said, we're going to penalize you if you don't have 90% of your staff vaccinated. And that's when the hospital systems across the United States took away the personal exemption. Right? There was a personal exemption. You could just say, I don't want the vaccine or whatever. Wow. So that left most people with two avenues, which was a medical exemption, meaning you had Guillain-Barré in the past, right? Or a religious exemption. And so this is like the story of like how we got here, right? And it's a cluster mess. Then, over the last 10 years, as more vaccines are being approved and more stuff's being approved, they've incentivized, we saw this during the COVID pandemic, a vaccine came out, very limited, no long-term data really. And they incentivized docs to take this up, right? To really promote it. So the whole machine was in place and ready to sort of get everybody to deploy this COVID vaccine. And the docs weren't thinking, they're already not paying attention to the trial data and how flimsy it is. The regulators have the regulators are already bought and sold. The pharma companies already, they know how to milk the system, right? And the people are used to being told for 15 years, take your vaccine, take your vaccine, take your vaccine, right? So it was like a perfect storm to just screw everybody really. And I'm not sure anybody tried, right? But I think it, I don't know. Probably some people were trying to make money, right? I don't think the average doctor was trying to screw anybody. They just didn't see, they can't put the plot together, right? They don't understand these things that maybe you and I understand. So that's like the story of all of it. And
and they're very defensive, right? They go straight to name calling. You're batshit crazy. You ask anyone, the big thing is now is I'm just against the COVID vaccine. I'm totally fine with the polio vaccine. Like they're trying to build a hedge against that. And then you're like, well, have you done any research on the polio vaccine? Have you read?
Yeah, it's not so great. That's how I was. That's how I was.
Yeah.
That's how I was.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I knew the polio vaccine. So I knew the polio vaccine like initially was not great, right? And then, but like now after COVID and after
You could just go to the wiki page, by the way. That's how you know they haven't done any research. There's enough things in the wiki page where you're like, maybe I should look into this a little more.
Well, yes and no. So like most of those pages have been scrubbed. I don't know. I'll go check it. But
I mean, there's hints. There's hints like the first vaccine was pulled off after like a year and a half.
Exactly.
And that should make you be like, uh-oh, what happened there? Yeah.
They were using live vaccines. More people are getting paralyzed from. I mean, it's a shit show. And at this point, I've gone deep enough to say it's a fucking house of cards. It's really a house of cards. There are some really strong ones. Like, there's 3-year follow-up data for the new shingles vaccine. There's 3-year placebo-controlled follow-up data for the new pneumonia vaccine. They actually finally did. So there's been 2 double-blind, truly placebo-controlled trials using the flu shot. One was done by the Bill and Melinda Gates. One was done by a consortium of cardiologists. The one done by Bill and Melinda Gates really didn't show much of anything. They gave it to pregnant women, and it really didn't reduce any mortality after vaccinating 1,000 women with the flu shot. It didn't really do much other than maybe a couple of cases of flu. It didn't improve the kids' mortality, which is the idea of giving the shot to every pregnant person. So they really disproved that, and they did it in HIV women and normal and women without HIV. So like even in the most immunocompromised, it really didn't do much. Interestingly, the flu shot in people who've had a heart attack, they demonstrated a mortality benefit, which is a huge hurdle. So like, don't think if you're listening to this and you're like, well, Sevon's got another anti-vaxxer. I like sit down and I go through the data. I just try to I'm done being the robo doc saying, well, the polio vaccine, I'm like, I have to look at the data before I come up with because I've been burned so many times. So the flu shot has, in people who have had a heart attack, has been shown to decrease mortality. It was like 50 people they needed to give a flu shot to decrease mortality. Now, I'm not saying if you have had a heart attack or bypass to go get the flu shot. I'm just saying that's the strongest data that exists right now. And it's not terrible data. I mean, like it's hard to do that. And it wasn't pharma. It wasn't a pharma trial. So I don't want to shit on all vaccines and I just want to shit on doctors and the regulatory capture, right? Doctors, the authoritarian shithead doctors you're talking about, that just pretend they know what they're saying and don't maybe really know. And and I was that doctor then, so I'm not like talking about myself too. And I want to shit on that regulatory capture that's just made it so pharma wins, the regulators win because they go back and work for pharma for high paid jobs and get royalties and blah blah blah, and the people losing are the people. Right. So that's, I think, the tragedy in the situation. But
there are some incredible stats with doctors. Like, I'll give you this one. I'm just making this up, by the way. Don't tell anyone. If you get your leg chopped off and you see a doctor, you have 100% survival rate. If you don't go to a doctor, you die 100%. So, I mean, there is some good data. I mean, just to piggyback on what you're saying, like, it's not to just shit on doctors, but there should be some red flags if someone's asking you to take drugs and you're pregnant with a baby. You should think twice before sticking a needle in your body and injecting something if you have a baby, or any time a doctor. I was listening to a podcast you did, and I really liked this. And the guy, I wouldn't say he was trying to corner you into saying that statins were bad, but you were like, hey man, if I have a client with high cholesterol, I lay the whole thing out for him. I do the math for them. I show them that this many people who've taken this drug get this result. These are the risks, and you lay it out for them so that they can see it. You're not like, hey, I'm against statins or I'm for statins. You lay it out for them. the whole thing. And I really like that. I've never heard of a doctor doing that.
Yeah, so it really should be done by everybody, and it's easy to do. So statins are like nobody likes them,
But they sell
and
like hotcakes.
yeah, they do sell like hotcakes, and there's just a lot of history there too to sort of figure out how we got here, right? How did we get here, right? I mean, you can go into the fact that pharma hit a lot of trials before 2007, which and only published the positive ones. You can, they sort of, didn't, they told people that it's going to reduce their chance of heart attack or stroke by 40%, but they were talking about relative risk when the absolute risk is like, a fraction of a percent. So, the way I like to do it is like, look, okay, let's figure out what's the chances of you dying of a heart attack, right? Or a stroke, right? And we can calculate that risk pretty well. There's like 3 or 4 ways. You can do the European way. You can do the cardiac imagers way. You can do the AHA, ACC way, and you can compare and contrast. You can say, okay, what's Sevon's chances of dying from a heart attack, right? Like in the next 10 years, right? And then you can go to the harshest graders. So Marianne Damasi, if you guys aren't following her, follow her. She's awesome. She did a meta-analysis on statins, and she published it in 2021. And she said, look, all comers, the relative risk reduction was 19% for a heart attack, right? And she's like the harshest critic of statins, right? So you can, and the most lenient critics of the most sort of like the authoritarians when it comes to statins will say it's a 40 to 50% risk reduction with statins, right? So okay, if my risk is 5% in the next 10 years, like I would never even think about a drug. Like I'm not going to take a drug every day that has, a chance of causing insulin resistance. It causes muscle aches, liver injury. I mean, cognitive impairment. Like I'm not going to even mess with it. If you have had a heart attack before, if you had a stroke before, if you have a ton of, you did a coronary artery calcium scan or a Clearly scan, the cool AI heart, scans that we do on our patients, and you see that there's pipes are clogged. I mean, look, I don't go take Drano and I just pour it down my pipes just because.
Right.
But if I got a problem, I use Drano. I know Drano can fuck up my pipes. If I leave it in there, it's going to eat the whole pipe straight through. It's an acid. It's going to burn through that shit. But I still, even though it harms, I still use it. Right. So this is like the way we have to view drugs. It's like, look, it depends on you. And the problem is robo-docs are the problem. They can't think, what is this doing? They can't think, who is the person in front of me? They can't think in that way. It's just like, here's a number, give a drug, move on, right? Like, it's not, hey, this drug hardens plaques, calcifies plaques, decreases plaque volume, but it depletes K2, it depletes CoQ10, causes insulin resistance, right? Causes muscle aches, causes liver issues. It may result in cognitive impairment. We may want to choose one that doesn't go to the brain, right? That doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier. We might want to choose one that remains below the blood-brain barrier. I mean, it's like, it's simple, but it's not, right? It's simple, but it's not, right? Like if, I've been afforded by my patients, thank you to all my patients, they've afforded me, they pay me to think. I am paid to care for their health. I'm paid to come up with the best plan for them. And most docs aren't. They're paid by an insurance company, right? So, and this is the whole thing. Everybody's like, doesn't know what to make of this vigilante right now. And who went and shot the United Healthcare CEO. Some people are like, we love him. And other people are like, how could he possibly do that? This is a father, somebody who came from nothing, right? And nobody deserves that. And the whole country is like, they're at this crisis point because they don't know what to make of it. And I'm going to be honest with you right now. The problem is the insurance and the doctors, right? That's the problem. It's not the system. The root of the problem is if I take money from your insurance, okay, you are not my customer. The insurance company is the customer. Okay. And it makes me stop thinking. Right. So that's where this all comes down to. And we have to have the eye on the prize, right? It's a lemming doctor and a nefarious sort of, semi-nefarious company that cares about a bottom line. And that's what's in between you and great care.
It's a doctor answering to a calculator.
It's a doctor answering to a truly obstructive force in healthcare. Right?
That's a really clean way to look at it. It's not the patient isn't their client. It's the insurance company. They're working for the insurance company.
Yeah. Yeah. You're just the vessel.
Yeah.
You're just the vessel that's bringing the insurance money. Right.
Hey,
so the incentives aren't aligned.
Hey, I want to go back to something you said earlier about seed oils by themselves, if I understood correctly, aren't so bad for you. But if they're mixed with sugar, that's where the problem.
No. Definitely, they're worse. They potentiate carbohydrate. They potentiate so they decrease acutely. They don't give you a GLP release, right? They inhibit your GLP release. So if you have lard, tallow, even olive oil, right, or avocado oil, you'll get a ton of GLP released naturally, right? Like,
and what is that? What is GLP release?
GLP is like a hormone it's the Ozempic hormone, right? You have this hormone in you, your body releases it, and if you have fat and protein alone, you'll get a ton of GLP release. You will not ever get a lot of GLP from any of the seed oils. You do not get it. So, and what that hormone does is it helps process sugar more efficiently. And so when you combine carbs and fat, you actually decrease GLP as an aggregate. But the seed oils alone do not release GLP. They do not release this hormone. They make you hungrier. They truly make you hungrier. And I mean, like, there's a whole body of data. We have data, and people have been given heart attacks. They are more likely to die with corn oil. We know that these things cause insulin resistance. It's the science is not completely settled, but I'm going to tell you, I have not had a seed oil in 7 years.
So that's amazing. So basically, seed oil start the fire, and sugar's gasoline. If you at the same time, sugar's just gasoline on it.
Yep. Yeah. That's actually a perfect way to sort of sum it up. They're worse in combination, and they're bad on their own. But they're worse in combination.
Meaning French fries at McDonald's are just like probably the worst thing you could eat, because there's got to be sugar in them, and it's just all seed oil.
Yeah, it's seed oil, and look, the potatoes that they're monocrop potatoes. There's no nutrients, right? And these aren't your grandma's potatoes, guys. Like, look, I know everybody wants to include quote unquote natural foods, but we as a society, we have to lower carbohydrates in aggregate, and processed carbohydrates most importantly, and sugar most importantly. But you can't people can't mainline potatoes. Like, you have a high training volume. I see your kids, they got a high training volume. I'm sure a bit of potato is fine for them and fine for you. Right. But you, like you said, you go to Kaiser, you're not everybody. Right. So I know people out there that hear this, all the bodybuilders, the CrossFitters, the paleo people, they include a bit of potato. You guys are exceptions. You guys are like the minority, right? Like,
do you just say that because you don't want to fight with them, but you still know they're wrong anyway?
No, I don't think carbohydrate inclusion is. I don't think carbohydrate inclusion is look, there's no way we were not evolved to process this. Just not at the degree. It's like the dose makes the poison. We have ways of metabolizing alcohol, right? But I don't think we were meant to handle as much carbohydrates as the modern world has. Now, if you're starving and there's a fucking potato, I think that's it's not a harm, right? Right. If you're so, I don't know if that makes sense.
Backyard. What about going in my backyard? I'll be in my back. It's not uncommon for me to be in my backyard, pick 5 tangerines and you know, 50 cherry tomatoes as I'll be in the yard for 2 hours, just, you know, messing around, you know, cleaning up, chopping wood, whatever. You know what I mean? By chopping, I mean little grandma clippers, not an axe. And I heard you say that you don't even eat you haven't had an orange in some amount of years or something recently.
Look, I'm gonna be super.
I won't take offense either. You know, I don't.
Yeah. I think it really depends on the person and the result, right? I think most people, right, have some component of metabolic syndrome, right? It's like 90%, right? So metabolic syndrome is basically energy plus carbohydrate. It's carbohydrate excess, right? It's truly carbohydrate excess. So 90% of our society has some sign of carbohydrate toxicity, right? So when you say, like, you know, it's the same way, like, you want to view the statin, right? Like, most people shouldn't take it. Maybe some people should consider it, right? It's the same thing with the freaking tangerine. Now, is the tangerine better than the fucking Snickers bar? That's easy. It's a layup, right? That's a layup. It's so easy to just do that, right? But, you know, for you particularly, I mean, you've been weight stable. I'm sure your trigs are low. I'm sure your HDL is high. You probably have no issues with blood pressure. Your body probably puts that to use right away. I mean, you know, it's like locally grown. So, you know, your soil is not like monocropped and depleted. I mean, you know, like, so
my yard is full of fruit trees. And anytime I get into these conversations with people, I'm like, oh God, what have I done to myself? I should have got chickens. I mean, I have 100 fruit trees all year round. I can go outside and just put a big handful of sugar in my mouth.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, at the end of the day, it's what's the result, right? Like, you're the N of one, you know, how is your health? I think chickens would be great. Just throw the chickens out there, man. You know, put a fence up and throw the chickens out there, you know?
The fruit trees will love them too.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna poop there. You're gonna have a whole new, you know, regenerative agriculture there. But you know, so it's tough to say this. I'll tell you, we have studies showing that if you reduce your fruit consumption, that your fatty liver resolves, right? Just reducing your fruit from 5 times a day to 2 times a day, right? Yeah. So I mean, like, I don't know what to tell you. I think most people, you know, if you truly adopt a decreased carb, you know, environment, and you're really good about keeping your carbs low, can you process carbs? Can you include fruit? Probably, absolutely. Right. You know, will it be a net negative or positive? I'm going to say it's probably a plus or minus. It's you know, user dependent. You know, you're right. I haven't had an orange. I don't think I've had an orange in 10 years. Yeah, that's, you know, some lemon. I'll do lemon and lime every now and then. I'll definitely do that. You know,
berries. Do you do berries?
Yeah, I do berries. You know, I had a bite of pineapple for the first time in like maybe 9 years, you know, the other day.
Was it too sweet for you when you bit it? Were you like, ooh, that's...
Oh man, it was incredibly sweet. I was like, holy crap. Like, this is crazy. It was very sweet. Yeah, but my kids eat fruit. My kids, you know, we got a drawer full of tangerines, and, you know, they eat it and they're all healthy. You know, by the time my son they're going to be 13. When I was 13, I was already 200 pounds. So,
and only 5 feet tall.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, he's about 5'1" or 5'2" or something like that. We were like the same height at the same age, and he's half my weight. You know, and he eats fruit, right? Wow. So, you know,
and what were you were eating Pop-Tarts and Ritz crackers and the Keebler Elves boxes, the Keebler Elf shit?
Yeah, I mean, like, my parents both work. You know what it's like, man.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I lived on too. I lived on that shit. Yeah.
Immigrant family. So my parents, so like, we were a little bit beholden to school lunches, which is a disaster. Yeah. And we were beholden to
cheese zombies. I love that day.
Yeah,
Friday.
I mean, like, our parents would cook like once or twice a week, and then we would try to eat the leftovers. But, you know, it was a disaster. You know, and I don't blame them. They didn't know any better. You know, like, this is all normal. You know, they're like, there must be something wrong with our kids. They just keep eating. You know, they thought there was something wrong with us. They didn't know it was the food. You know,
someone had a good question in here about Ozempic. I want to find it, but basically they were saying, what about if I'm fucking this up, someone retype it. But basically, the some sort of muscle depletion if you take Ozempic, you have a reduced, like it's bad for you.
Wow, I didn't see how many comments are here. Holy crap. Yes, there's evidence. So there's animal studies showing that it decreases the heart muscle. This came out
that's not good.
within the last couple of weeks. And there's data showing. So typically when you lose weight, right, using diet, right? So this is really critical. If you lose a ton of weight, you stop doing resistance training. I was 150 pounds heavier. Walking up the stairs was resistance training for me when I was 350 pounds. So when you lose weight, you're going to lose muscle because you're carrying around less, you're moving around with less, right? But the average weight of weight loss, like if you do it with diet and exercise, your muscle loss should be 10%, right? 10% of your total loss should be lean mass, right? And you can mitigate that. You can do rucking, you can do resistance training, you can do a lot of things to mitigate that, right? So a typical, like a healthy way should have really less than 10% of, and like if you're really good doctor, really good lifestyle approach, you could get under 10%. We've had people lose 150 pounds, no lean mass loss, right? No lean mass loss, okay? So it can be done. If you look at bariatric surgery, the lean mass loss is roughly 20%, if I'm remembering the literature. So, which is like, that's not great. It's setting you up for kind of failure. Your metabolism is going to slow down as the muscle mass goes. With when you do Ozempic or Mounjaro, it's 40% lean mass loss. Now it could be.
That's fucking insane. You're telling me that I would get 40% weaker?
So it's not going to be 40% weaker. When you lose 100 pounds, 40% of that is muscle that's going to be going down, right? So it's going to be, if you had 40 pounds of muscle, it's going to be a lot of skeletal muscle mass going down. Most likely, there is some inherent signal causing some muscle loss with GLP. Okay, and the other thing is the people who are getting this cannot address diet or do not want to address diet or have not been helped to address diet by their doctors. They got a script in 7 minutes, and so they're just eating less of whatever they were eating. So the Keebler elves and the tricks that we were eating as kids, they're just eating less of that, and they're protein deficient. They're not exercising because, if they were able to do it, so, they would have, if they were inspired to do it with diet and lifestyle, or they had a team that can help them, or at least use the drug, with better care than just sort of going on it and not being given some help with food. It's malpractice. Honestly, if you ask me, it's malpractice. Why is it malpractice? If you give this drug, you're going to cause muscle loss, and there is a 40 to 50% rate of discontinuation within a year because of the nausea, because of the side effects, the GI stuff that happens, right? So 40 to 50% will stop. So when you've lost a ton of muscle and then you had a doctor that didn't help you maintain that muscle, didn't help you teach you how to eat, and you have to stop the med, you're going to gain it and then some. And we see that in our clinic now all the time. So the thing is that, it's not a bad drug. If you look at, that's a whole nother rabbit hole we can go into, and maybe we'll come back and discuss it another time. If you look at the diabetes drugs, it's the best out of all of them. It's probably one of the two best diabetes drugs. So it's simultaneously an amazing drug, and docs should consider it more than other drugs. And it's also a terrible drug that's malpractice if you don't actually help people use it sort of responsibly and give them a roadmap off of it, or most people don't need it. We have a trial that we have a paper coming out within the next couple of months that shows you do not need it. We beat Ozempic. If Ozempic was tested versus our program, it wouldn't have been approved because our program matched the results of Ozempic at a year. So it wouldn't have been approved. The drug would have been like, it's a dud. This is a dud. Right.
I feel like Ozempic has fallen into the category of Viagra and Oxycontin, where you can almost put it as a recreational drug, meaning it's slightly different but people are taking it who don't need it. Right.
Yeah, and again, that's the docs. That's not the docs don't know how to systematically help people, right? So you're beginning to put the picture here, right? They got 7 minutes to see you because the insurance company is their client, not you. And they got 7 minutes to see you. This is a thing that works better than other diabetes drugs. So just take this and see you later, right? So again, the harm comes from docs and insurance companies being shitty, and you're not. It's not the doc and you, right? It's pharma and the insurance company between you and the doc, right? So just if you keep that visual, I think that's the way I would go about it, you know.
Vindicate. My brother has people at his gym who have done Ozempic, and he said every one of them has lost strength and muscle. Didn't matter how much he told them not to do it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that your brother has to see that. It's Christian.
What about this?
I'm seeing there's no kickback here, Christian. I see that. I hear this a lot. You know, there's very little times with docs and this drug. It's so widely prescribed now. There's very few people get kickbacks. There's some on social media that absolutely get kickbacks. You know, the previous, I'm not going to name names, but, you know, you can look them up. You know, it's called the Sunshine Act. You can look up your doctor, go to openpayments.gov. Okay, Christian, openpayments.gov, and you can see who's kicking back to your doc. Okay, it's openpayments.gov.
Openpaymentsdata.cms.gov. Is that
Yeah,
it?
oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey, let me be clear. I have seen documentation, and I feel like I've seen doctors that during COVID were getting kickback. That if they reached a certain threshold, and big kickback, monster kickback. Like I know a doctor who got a new G-Wagon and a house in Costa Rica, and I was really surprised. But and they gave thousands of shots. This doctor.
So the way they give it to the practice. So yeah, that's correct. So they had incentives, but it wasn't from the pharma. It was from insurance.
Yeah, and she had a big practice. Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't from. So the insurance company incentivized the doc. Again, so that's why I put between you and so it wasn't like the insurance company was like, we think this is going to work, promote it to your people. It wasn't a direct payment, if that makes sense. It wasn't like, so if you wanted to see, there's no kickbacks that I'm aware of like that for Ozempic. In fact, they're so expensive, the insurance companies don't want to pay for them. So
did you see in the UK that they were trying to pass a law to where if you were unemployed and on unemployment there because and you were obese, that they would give you a $1,500 a month voucher for Ozempic? Did you see that? I don't know if it was Ozempic specifically, but the weight loss drug, that they were trying to make that a law.
I did not see that, but that sounds terrible.
But doesn't surprise you.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't surprise me. I mean, or I don't know. Maybe they're doing it through the Medicaid or whatever. I don't know. You know, it's a kind of a shit show right now. Medicine's a shit show.
A friend of mine, and we'll come back to that in a second. A friend of mine was telling me the other day, a guy who's in great shape, strong dude, great shape, has a job where he's active nonstop. And he went to the doctor, and you know, his BMI was high, and the doctor, without even fucking saying a thing, is like, "Hey, we'd like to get you on some Ozempic." Not like, "What have you been eating? Can you exercise more? What do you think about, you know, skipping lunch for the next, you know, month and come back and let me..." Nothing, like nothing. Just straight to it. And like you said, in that 7-minute visit.
That's welcome. I mean, it's the same problem again and again, and we're seeing this now again and again. You know, it comes down to, you know, we've done a good job of getting pharma a bit out of the straight payment to doctors, and that's all public now. So you can go and see with the openpayments.cms.gov or whatever, look it up. You could see if your doctor is getting paid, and a lot of them are. If you're on social media and you see a doctor saying, just go look them up, and they're on the hook. Right. They're getting payments. So a lot of influencers are paid right, by pharma. A lot of dietitians get paid from, the food companies. There was a whole big Washington Post article on that about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, by Anna Hand O'Connor, a great journalist. So you can see the pharma influence with open payments. There are other ways that they can get around it. So pharma will pay like a not-for-profit, a patient advocacy group that will then contract with the physician. So there's ways they hide it. But predominantly you can go there and see it. But the biggest problem is the insurance company. They own your doc, right? So you just got to pay. Everybody's got to get used to paying for good care. That's it. Like, and make sure when you go pay for that care that they have results. Like, I have published 10 papers because I'm like, if you're going to come to me, like, why the fuck should you come to me? Right? Why should you come to me? Well, I'm going to put it at least through peer review. So you can go see that a bunch of other lemming docs, at least they're saying like, this guy, what he says he's doing, right? So I submit my data. We've shown triglycerides dropping from the hundreds down to under 100, near thousands against the NLA recommendations. We've shown that diabetes can reverse with minimal weight loss. Weight loss certainly helps, but minimal weight loss, just dropping carbohydrates. We've shown that we're able to reduce the 10-year cardiac risk while dropping weight with ketogenic diets in an employer setting, and saving the company over $2,500 per year per employee in drugs they don't need. Okay, so not
to mention that they're happier and you have better employees and
100%. Yeah, that's all. That's all the employers care about. By the way, they don't care about the money. They're like, the money's a plus. So I keep publishing this because why should anybody believe me? They could be like, he's an anti-vax, he's anti-pharma, he's anti-supplement, whatever. They could label. I'm like, look, here's my fucking results. Go read my studies because I don't care. You're lazy. I'm not. You're paid by insurance companies. I'm not. I'm going to publish my shit. I'm going to put it through peer review so nobody has to fucking guess. You know what you're getting when you come to my office, right? You know what you're getting. And fuck all them, man. Just fuck all them. Sorry, excuse my language.
Hey, dude, the thing is that's who you are, and that's not who they are. They wake up in the morning, they put on their doctor's outfit, and they become a doctor. And then when they go home, they take off their doctor's outfit, and they're no longer a doctor. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is who you are. And so anyone who threatens who they are, they just have to attack. I don't know how many times RFK has said he's not anti-vax in the last 6 months. And every fucking article, I just saw another one come out yesterday from fucking PBS. How anti-vax or JFK or RFK's policies will affect you. And it's like, dude, all the guy's asking for is some fucking open studies.
Yeah. Look, have you met RFK? Have you?
No.
Yeah.
But I've really learned to like him. I listened to him at 1.5 speed. And I've really learned. Before, I just kind of didn't listen because it was my process. I just didn't have the patience to process it. But now I'm really digging him. Yeah,
he needs to get confirmed, and I'm hoping that I can help him. I'm hoping that people who have been fighting this fight for a long time, Nina Teicholz, absolutely needs to be in this in his cabinet. We need people like Mark Guzella, who helped turn West Virginia sugar-free, West Virginia University. He needs to be there. I'd be honored to sort of be there as well at that seat. The people from Verta Group need to be there. Who have
I met that guy a few times. I hung out with that guy a few times. What's his name? The guy he used to own Trulia.
Sam Innikin.
Yeah, Sam. Yeah.
They all need to be at that seat at the table because I think this group has a strong vision for what we need to accomplish. And I think what we have to do really is take the grift out of. So what happens when an administration shifts like this is the grift comes in, right? Like the guy who's like, well, I got an HSA plan for you. Just pump your money through me and you can get, cold plunges and green shakes through my HSA plan. We need to be very careful right? You need to be very careful of your idols right now, because the grift out there is immense. Like
Define grift, and that's kind of my concern about Nina, by the way, too. I feel like she wants to work in the system, and I don't think that the system can be fixed. I think whole sections, I think it needs to be torn down.
No, I'll tell you, Nina is probably the most amazing person who can be in the DGA.
Okay.
Right. She is the most amazing person. She
the one that was
sees both.
pushing to change the food regular.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Nina Teich-Schultz, if you haven't listened to her book, go listen to her book. She's absolutely the most overwhelmingly best candidate for that position.
Okay.
Right. I mean, there's nobody else who exists that can reform the dietary guidelines, in my opinion. You know, and this is
yeah, but should the government have dietary guidelines? That's what I meant.
So she wants
to work in the system. Should they?
So
have
no.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I mean, it's like if we can't fix it, we should take it down.
Yeah.
If we can't fix it, we should create disease specific guidelines, right? If you have obesity, if you have metabolic syndrome, if you have diabetes, right? So we should create, either we need to get the hell out of this or get the conflicts out of it. Right? Any one of those is a plus right now. If you get the conflicts out of it, just get like Gardner right now. I just posted this today on Twitter, on X or whatever. Gardner, who's on the DGA, Deidre Tobias, who's from Harvard, they've taken Beyond Meat and Big Chocolate money.
Yeah.
Right?
Crazy.
Okay. And now they're on the guidelines saying eat more beans and have less meat and have more beyond. Well, like, this is, if we can get that out.
They're on RFK's new, or they're on
current
administration,
the current administration, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But if we can take that out, that's one great thing, and that's what Nina's been fighting for. Another great person is Gary Ruskin from US Right to Know. He's also fantastic, and he should be involved, I think, in all these discussions. Also, Paul Thacker, great investigative journalist who's been on both sides. All these people need to be involved. So there's nobody better than Nina, but the so whether you work in the system or whether you hit the reset, it doesn't matter. She's going to be the one to fix it. So if Bobby is like, I want you to reset, she'll reset. If Bobby is like, hey, you need to fix this, she can fix it. There's nobody better, in my opinion.
What's the name of her book? What's the name of her book?
Big Fat Surprise. Everybody should go read that book. It's an amazing book.
I want to say it's been out for a long time, right?
Yeah. It's been about 10 years.
I was going to say, I feel like I saw it. I read it 10 years ago. I met her once. She came over to CrossFit headquarters.
She's awesome.
She's a spark plug too, right? She's fired up.
Of course, yeah, she's fired. She's been doing this, man. She's been doing this for a long time. And she works. She's very humble, behind the scenes kind of person. Also, big shout out to her. Just an amazing force here. And so I think I think you gotta, we have a once in a lifetime opportunity, right, to make a change here. And if somebody is like, let's expand HSA and run it through my HSA PayPal and run it, and you can buy your supplements like through my, thing. I'm not against supplement. I take magnesium every day. Right. But like, this is all grift, use your HSA here to get peptides and, and get, that's no different than what and let's loosen regulation on peptides. It's no different than it's the same vaccine story, but it's like not the leftist side, the rightist side, right? So we need to be very careful right now of who we let in, the wolves in the hen house, so to speak, because I really think that this is a once in a life. Like, we have a Manhattan Project opportunity to address chronic disease. And I really hope that we get people who are truly like invested. I was talking to somebody, very recently, and
Jay Bhattacharya is a workaholic.
He's awesome. He's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So somebody asked me would I go to DC and help out and raise a lot of questions for me to like think about this, right? In just a hypothetical question, you know, it wasn't like anything serious, but and it hit me that we're at a moment where we're in a once in a lifetime opportunity to address chronic disease. You know, if Bobby is confirmed, and we need the best thinkers, the people who are like, it's, you know, I got licensed and I pay probably about $100,000 a year. So me and our team can be licensed in every state. I pay that. I pay that, you know, and the amount of malpractice you have to pay, we're in 50 states. I pay that. Right. Like I could be a celebrity doctor. I could close down and just be a celebrity doctor. I go to employers who are like, we're not sure. And I'm like, we'll do it 6 months for free. And if we don't get results, you don't pay us. And if we get results, you pay us a little bit more. Right? You pay us a little more. I do that because I am in like 100% in.
Yep. Yep.
Right? I'm 100% in. I have nobody else to report to. I don't have an investor to report to. I don't have a hedge fund that's invested in my, you know, startup that orders labs once a year and blah, blah, blah. I don't have a hedge fund that's investing in my, you know, function platform or whatever, or TrueMed or whatever. I don't have an investor. All right. I'm in this because I saw my family suffer. I suffered. I don't want anybody to suffer.
Right.
Right. So we need to get people who are in this and are not, you know, compromised. That's it. You know how many supplement companies have come to me, Sevon? You know, oh, why don't you promote our, you know, electrolyte or promote ourselves? And I'm like, just like, I can't. Right. It's not, I support some, man. I take magnesium every day. You know, I take electrolytes, right? I'm like, I can't support. I don't want your money. I took money. Podcast.
I took money from the penis pump.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I'm not. Look, everybody's got to make it work, and I'm not saying you have to do that, right? But as a doctor, right? Like I'm held to a different. I should be held to.
You should
standard,
be. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I have.
And
a
it's
podcast.
cheating. I have a huge Armenian hog, so it's like cheating. I don't even need that. Like I was already blessed. So.
Listen, you want to throw some money, man. Throw some money away. Like, you can lend me like a couple $100,000 so my wife can tell me that, you know. So, listen, yeah, you can pay CrossFit through HSA. You could have done it before. They're using these robo docs to sign off to say you need to go and this is medically appropriate. You can go to your doc and say, Doc, is exercise important? Yes. Can you sign this letter of medical necessity? And then you can go pay your HSA. You can get the robo doc to do it, right? Instead, they're running money through their racket to robo doc, you know, giving these HSA approvals, right? And it's nonsense. It's truly nonsense. You know what they should do instead of expanding HSA, which was listed as one of the things on Bobby's plan? We all know where it came from. They should say, let's make CrossFit tax-free. Okay, it's like tax-free. Easy. Make all fitness centers tax-free.
Wow.
Right? But these people are grifters. They want to pump the money through their shit because they don't care about you. And it's
where did it come from? When you say the HSA, you said we know where it came from. Where does it come from?
Don't make me answer that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say don't make me answer.
It's a specific person though, you're saying.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So okay. So you and I
don't want to say that because they also do a lot of good, and so you know maybe I'm just cynical and overly the top, you know, evangelical, you know. So I don't want to shit on people, you know. But
you're not. The thing is, I feel very suspect and suspicious of anyone who doesn't want to tear the system down. I do appreciate I feel like everyone Trump is choosing was at one point canceled or said something that was true and got fucking beat down for it. And now he's putting them in office. And I like that. It's tantamount to
everybody though. Not everybody. Janet was a terrible pick. Bhattacharya was awesome.
Yeah.
Bhattacharya was awesome.
I hope
okay?
he has an axe
Absolutely.
to grind, and I hope he
Yeah.
has an axe to grind. He goes in there and
Yeah,
chops some
Bobby's.
heads. Yeah.
I don't think so. He's a sort of been open about his Christianity. I guess he's gonna. I think he will do it the right way.
Who's Janet?
Dr. Janet is the Surgeon General. She's like she
Oh.
was like dancing for COVID on her TikTok,
Oh.
like of COVID
Oh.
shabs. You know, like she needs to go. I hope she's not confirmed. Sorry, I got no, nothing against her. She was telling people to get censored. We need to work with Facebook to get censored in 2021. Like, go fuck yourself.
I remember
You
her.
know?
I remember
Yeah,
her. She
she's a
doesn't
joke.
seem, by the way, she doesn't seem intelligent either. She's not a thinker.
I don't know what the hell she's doing, right? So like, it's just a terrible pick. And then Oz, I don't know what to make of Oz. It's just, you could have picked somebody else there too. But Marty Macri, I would say I'm slightly positive with. I think he's he's relatively good. He understands value-based care. I would have liked to see Marty Macri at CMS, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I hope that there's a lot of tearing down. I hope that Elon and Vivek can. I'm okay if they chop off some branches that are necessary, and that we just rebuild them back. I just think I think it's going to be really hard to do worse than what we're doing. Hey, where do you live?
I'm in New York.
So are you following the drone story?
Yeah. I saw like a little bit about it, but I'm not like I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I mean, I don't really know anything about it. I know there's some drone somewhere, everybody thinks it's UFOs. That's about the extent of what I know,
I mean, you can't really tell because all the footage is at night, but I mean, there's supposedly, and there's some good reports, from Coast Guard and whatnot, hundreds of SUV-sized drones been flying all over the eastern seaboard for 3 days. And yesterday, Congressman came on TV and said that there's an Iranian mothership off the fucking coast. And it's just like, what the fuck kind of report is this?
Man, I will tell you that I am not, I think right now, I think we're in a World War III era.
Uh-huh.
Right. And I think that people don't understand the bioweapons that are possible, the amount of damage possible from drone warfare. If a bad actor wants to screw the world right now, it could be seconds, right? It could be seconds. And it's a scary world we live in. I think, when you think of it that way and you think about foreign policy, I think we need to maybe just embrace a bit of non-interventionism. The world is fragile. The world is very fragile. And I don't know much more. I don't know about politics, so I'm going to plead ignorance. I don't know about foreign policy. That's not my area of specialty. I try to stick to medicine, which is but I know, at least from the biowarfare side, I mean, viruses, mosquito-borne illnesses, tick-borne illnesses, easily, we have biowarfare is, just wake up, look at COVID, right?
Yeah.
Wake up, look at Lyme, wake up, people. Zika, where do you think this, biowarfare is very easy and it's not new. This isn't conspiracy. Go back to smallpox. This is not new, right? Look at Tuskegee. This is all, easy and possible. And the drones are just like another example of how technology, from the aviation standpoint and technology from the medical standpoint, we live in a fragile world. And I think we need to all just remember that, yeah. But I gotta head out soon, brother. I got a patients to see, Sevon.
Okay, let me ask you this one thing. What
Yeah.
happened with you pop back up on my radar again? I lose my Instagram account I feel like 6 months. So you pop back up on my radar again when the LMNT thing happened. That's a big thing with athletes. It's this powder, you put it in your water, you stir it up and you drink it and you get your electrolytes back. What happened there with you? And then you popped on my radar. You're like, hey, there's sugar in this.
Yeah. So let's I think it's look, I used LMNT myself for a very long time. I love Rob Wolf. I love Rob Wolf's book, Sacred Cow, his other book I read too. I've read his work. I think is a voice for metabolic health and CrossFit and bridging that gap. You know, he's done relatively well, right? I don't know him personally. I've never met him. I've interviewed him once. I think the documentary he helped produce was pretty good. Okay, talking about regenerative agriculture. So I have no beef against him, right? And I have no beef against, you know, the Keto Gains guy that's over there. I forget his name, Luis something, you know, or other. So I have no, you know, I was a consumer. And what I loved about them was you got electrolytes. And when you're really getting lean and when you have a high exercise volume, electrolytes are huge. You will feel better. You don't need them, but you will feel better. Right? So when your insulin's low, you lose electrolytes in your urine. So I love the idea of supplementing with electrolytes. You could salt your food. Make sure you get mag in your diet. Make sure you supplement MAD. You could, you know, a bit of potassium-rich foods. There's a lot in meat. So, so I liked it, and I used it, right? So when you look at LMNT, they advertise themselves as saying no dodgy ingredients, and they advertise as saying no sugar, no carbohydrates, no dodgy ingredients. This is what they said. Now, other electrolyte people don't make that claim, right? They don't say that, right? They don't say, you know, we're the cleanest product out there, right? So and I trusted these people to advocate for me, and what they did, which has been done all throughout the history, is hide maltodextrin, which is the most potent sugar, right? The most potent carbohydrate in terms of releasing and stimulating insulin, and it messes with the gut in some people. They hid this, okay, in the natural flavors, quote unquote natural flavors. And in fact, in some of the varieties, there's more maltodextrin than magnesium and potassium, right? There's like 500 milligrams. Now, it's not a lot, and that's not.
But from a guy who hasn't had an orange in 10 years and someone who's in the business of making and dealing with people's lifestyle health, you need an honest product.
They're not an honest product. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Now,
that's what's crazy. That's what's so disappointing. It's kind of indefensible no matter how little it is from where you stand, right? Hey, I'm the guy. I'm going to be this this vector that people can come into and get the truth. And if I'm going to recommend your product, then you better be truthful to me.
Yeah, well, what they said was we are truthful. There's nothing dodgy here. You know, oh, it's just some natural flavors, right? So it's terrible. It's inexcusable. And they have put out, so like, it would have been great if they came out and said, we fucked up.
Right.
Guys, we fucked up.
Right.
You know, our manufacturer, or we knew it and we shouldn't have done it. And because of this or that, whatever. Right. Now, I happen to like know, you know, Vinny Tortorich has a supplement line. I talked to him. You know, Salty brand, SALTT. They're another brand of electrolytes. I talked to them. I talked to the Relight people, and I'm like, hey, guys, what are you all doing? I called up Ultima. You know, I'm like, what are you guys all doing? And three of those, and I'm not like Vinny Tortorich is clean, you know, very clean, right? The pure brand. Salty, SALTT, I got no stock in any of these people. They're like, yeah, we knew about the maltodextrin, and we specifically went with a fiber powder instead of maltodextrin because the natural flavors have to be powderized, right? We went with acai fiber or whatever, or Arabic gum, basically, because we didn't want maltodextrin, right? So, I mean, there are people out there who thought about it and they put on their label Arabic gum or acai fiber, whatever it's called, right? They put it on there. So there's other people in the industry that are just either don't have it, they don't flavor it at all, and they're clean, they're clear about when I got flavors here, you can squeeze some lemon into this. Or you have people who are very, very clear with the label. Salty brand is a label, SALTT, right? They're very clear about what they put in it. So it's easy for me. I just like dropped, moved to another one. Ultima is another one.
Which one do you use now? Which one do you use now?
I literally just take Relight, chunks. So just real salt chunks, and I suck on them.
Oh, okay. Just salt. God, go figure. Okay, I know you have to go. 30 seconds. Average things you like to eat in a day. What's your diet like in a day?
Yesterday I had zucchini, ground beef, and some Greek yogurt. And today I haven't eaten. So I'll have I have coffee here. So there's that.
I lied to you. What books do you recommend?
Okay, hold on. Go back to the food. Mostly steak, fish, mostly meat, fish, chicken, eggs, Greek yogurt. That's like the majority of my diet, right? Some green leafy vegetables, some fruit every now and then, but nothing crazy. Then books. Big Fat Surprise, Nina Teicholz. Absolutely must read. Jason Fung, Obesity Code. Also must read. It's a great book. Those two are great books. That's about it. Those two will open your eyes enough. Yeah, you don't really need much more.
You the man. Dr. Tro, thank you so much. You the man.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it, Sevan. I'll call you a bit. You have the link. Tell oh God, he was such a nice guy. Blanking on his name. Matt. Tell Matt you have if he goes up that email chain, I gave the link at the top. So he's just got to sign you up for the podcast.
So I haven't picked a day yet.
No, you haven't picked a day yet.
Oh, okay. I thought I picked a day. I thought I picked a day in January. Okay. All right.
Oh, you may have. If you have, then I may not know,
All right.
So I look forward, man, to you coming on. And
okay,
I can shut up.
Okay, and then remind me. You'll remind me?
I'll send you a reminder that week. Yeah.
You the man. All right. Thanks, dude.
All right, man. Have
a great day. Thank you for everything you do.
Yep. Have a good one. Yep.
Bye.
Absolutely, Sevan.
Wow. Powerhouse. Great job. Great guest, Sebs. Thanks. What a powerhouse of a guy. Busy. Where were we? Oh, yeah. This chick's giant tits who plays tennis. Crazy. Dr. Tro is so crazy. He's crazy smart. If you don't follow him on Instagram, you got to check his shit out. He's so smart. I think he's been on this show before. 2 out of 10, you think? 2 out of 10? Not bad. Not bad. Ken Walters, Pat, do you like him because he didn't like a couple of Trump's picks? Yeah, he's right up the 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. What's his podcast? That's a good question. Dr. Tro Collegian. Let me pull up his Instagram and you guys can you can troll him all you want. His shit about LMNT makes even more sense now that I put him in context of just how strict he is with his own diet. Hey, dude, there's not a lot of people in the world like this who walk the walk. Dr. Tro, T-R-O, Tro. I wonder if there's a Dr. Ho. All right. I got to blow a snot rocket out in the yard. Don't even have to pee. I'll see you guys in a minute.
I'm Ron Reibel. This is my wife, Stephanie.
Hello.
Member of Copper Top since November 2021.
October.
October.
I'm Jess Ladina. I've been a member at Copper Top since April of 2021. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Joseph Johnson III, member of Copper Top since May of 2023.
I'm Emma Whitaker.
I'm Michael Whitaker.
And we have been members at Copper Top since August of 2023. That was awkward.
My name's Dan Vivian, Copper Top member since November 2023. Don't know what to do with my hands.
I can still hang with the younger guys doing push-ups.
Snatches and anything shoulder to overhead. It's just my jam.
Muscle ups, which I know is hard for you to hear.
Power cleans and snatches. The Olympic lifts.
The deadlift, I just can't believe sometimes I can lift that much.
And I like rolling. Hit 100, and if you don't, then there's a penalty.
Handstand push-ups, they make me feel like I can conquer the world.
Whew. I wonder if I can get my wife to bring me another cup of coffee. I'm leaving at 9:10. Okay, your mom isn't coming today. But I'd like to go to yoga. Kids will be fine. They have their monthly Zoom. Oh, okay. Can you bring me another coffee? All right. So I woke up this morning. I woke up this morning and John Woolley, the distinguished gentleman, John Woolley. No, where is it? Here we go. Where is this? God, I fucking hate this shit. Here we go. You guys ready? You guys ready? I think it's this one. It says a new episode of Constantly Varied Conversation now available. Do you guys think someone will accept my charity challenge? And the first comment is Sevon hasn't ever completed the open. Okay, here we go.
That supporting the brand is by default supporting the countless lives that have been changed by CrossFit. Now, I was just home a couple of weeks ago talking to my dad. He just turned 80. And for the last 2 years, he's been battling cancer. Now, we would not have found out that he had cancer had he not been CrossFitting. So I genuinely believe that CrossFit has saved his life. So I really respect that Rick brought that to my attention because it made me rethink my position of why I wanted to sit out. I'd already planned to do the open with my affiliate on Friday Night Lights, but he's absolutely made me rethink my viewpoint that the visibility of supporting a methodology that saved my father's life is a pretty damn valid point. So I'm going to sign up for the open. One of the things he said to me that I think we need to do here is the challenge to do it for charity. And I was thinking that there's somebody else in my age division who's a pretty popular podcast host within the CrossFit sphere. I'm not talking about Sean Woodland, I'm talking about Savant. And so here's my challenge. I'm going to do the open. I'm assuming Savant's going to do the workouts too. He's part of the CrossFit community. If he's going to do it, I'm going to do it. Let's compare scores. If he beats me and ranks higher at the end of 3 weeks, I'll donate $500 to the affiliate or charity of his choice. If I win, you donate $500 to CrossFit First, which is the adaptive athlete class at Chagrin Falls CrossFit. He pointed out that supporting the brand is by default supporting the countless lives that have been changed by CrossFit. Now, I was just home a couple of weeks ago talking to my dad. He just turned 80. And for the last 2 years, he's been battling cancer. Now,
Did I just loop that over again? Did that play twice? Will someone sum this up for me? What the fuck did he just say? Okay. There's some emotional appeal in the beginning. I can't even I don't even know how to process. I can't process that. That was too so his get on Sentinel. I'm the fucking greatest programmer who ever lived. Are you guys retarded? Get Sevi on Sentinel. Fucking worked at HQ for fucking ever. I was fucking in charge of fucking main site programming for fucking ever. Shut the fuck up. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay. So, his dad. So CrossFit saved his dad. So he felt something like all the Kamala voters do. And they don't feel they only feel they don't work on logic. So he felt something, and then because of that, by the way, I think that there's some other factors at play here too. I think like maybe his co-workers or friends influenced him. But so let's take him on his word. He felt something because of the relationship of how CrossFit has impacted his dad. And of course, he fucking loves the shit out of his dad. I won't question that. He seems like a good family guy. That's for sure. I give him that. And so then because of that, he feels compelled to do the open. And then if I do, I need it really simple. Is it basically I do the open, and if I win, he'll give me $500? And if he wins, I give some program that he mentioned $500? Is that what it is? No. Someone fucking call in and tell me what he just fucking said. For charity. Yeah, I'm my favorite. Yeah, for charity. But I'm not giving my money to charity. He can do what he wants with his money. I'm not giving my money to charity. Yeah, to the Three Plain Brothers charity. Yeah. No, Sevon Matosian isn't a charity. The fuck it's not. What are you talking about? Don't lose then. I'll donate. I'll give him. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with the money. I don't believe in charities. Charities are fucking bullshit. I'm so fucking good with fuck charity. I'm so good with my fucking money. Everyone around me fucking benefits from whenever I get money. It's like when I have money, you want to be my friend. Trust me. Shit's good. Shit's great. Just give me the 500, dude. Oh, just send it to you and don't even do it. I got to call Dave. Listen, I'm like, oh, thanks, babe. I'm like Pat Vellner. I'm not doing the open until I know the details. I need to know the details. Hi. I need to know the details before I can. But I would love to do this with you, John. But I need to know the details. I need to know what other things out there I'm going to. The distinguished gentleman, John Woolley, please hear me out. I need to know what other options I have out there before. I hate online competition. I can't stand it. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, this is what the people want to watch: two old guys resting several times during the time. I was thinking that this morning. These fucking idiot friends of mine, the fucking Bill Grundler and Pedro and fucking Hiller and Taylor, these fucking jackasses are like, hey, film all your fucking workouts and let's do this. It'll be fun. No one the fucking wants to watch me fucking work out, do 7 burpees and stop. The fuck? I'd watch. Great. Oh, sorry. Hold on, Jeremy. I forgot I even answered. Hold on. Shit, I even forgot I answered. I like hearing myself talk so much. I forgot I answered the phone. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Jeremy. Go ahead. Hey. Hey.
Hey, maybe you don't need that second cup of coffee. Jeez. Got riled up. Willie gets you riled up, man.
I like that one. Taylor goes, sheesh. I like it.
Sheesh. Willie used emotional appeal.
This motherfucker checkmated me. Yeah, this fucking asshole.
He called your ass out, dude. So now, this next year, you can't bail on the open, bro.
Yeah, I know. I know what's going on, Jeremy. I know what the fuck's going on. I know he fucking checkmated me.
You can't handle the truth, can you?
I can. I just don't need it explained to me from some fucking guy.
You just said someone call in and...
yeah, but you're not explaining that. I know I've been checkmated. I just need to know what the rules are.
You do the open. He does the open. If he beats you, you donate, I think he said, if I heard that correctly, 500 to CrossFit HQ. I don't know. He didn't.
No,
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to listen.
I think it was some kids program at his gym or a gym for retards.
Oh,
a program
sure,
for
sure.
like the retards at his gym or something.
Right.
It's something
for
like that.
Pat
Yeah.
Lang and David Weed. I get it. Yeah, for those guys.
Yeah, yeah, for David Weed, the retard David.
For David, definitely. He's going to need more than $500.
And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
win,
fucking do it. And I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna call Dave right now and find out the workouts. Start training.
There you go, dude. Hey.
I'm gonna call Sarah and get all juiced up on peptides.
Well, now you're disqualified. You should have kept that to yourself.
No, he never mentioned that.
Let's delete this portion of the of the podcast.
Get all fucking jacked and shit.
Last year you said I'm doing the workouts. I'm doing them all. You had awesome videos. We were like, yeah, let's go. And then you didn't do all the workouts.
I don't know. I think you're misspeaking. I said sign up for the open. Hey,
yeah,
listen,
I
don't even think I had the equipment for the fucking second or third workout. Hey, and Standy, I have a fucking huge fucking monstrous cock. I saw you say no, you don't. Just a beautiful fucking thick tube steak.
Okay. Are you sure that because you're smaller, you're not saying like is it big in proportion to you or big in general? You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, hey, I'm going to tell you something I've never said on the show before, Jeremy. I can control the size of it.
What the hell does that even mean?
Like Plastic Man can be like, he like how far he can stretch his arm. I can make it a 1-fister, a 2-fister, or a 3-fister. Do you know what a fister is? What? A fister is how many times you can grab your penis and still see the head of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very familiar with that.
Yeah, so I can grab one. I can make it just a 1-fister, or 2-fister, or I can make it a 3-fister.
Yeah, what's the science behind how you can control that? What the hell does that even mean?
I just can control the blood flow down there. I'm just fucking I've told you guys before, I'm enlightened and I have like control of my body on certain I have awareness and control of my body on a certain. Yeah, Mr. Fantastic, thank you.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
One of these days offline, you're going to have to teach me how to do that. I have no control. Once blood goes there, it's game on. I need something to hump.
Yeah, but yeah. I understand that.
No control.
But I'm just saying I can control the size of it.
That's amazing. So you're going to do the open. You're going to do all the workouts. You're going to whoop Willie's ass. You're going to get on Sentinel to do it.
I'm going to do the open. I'm going to do all the workouts. Number 3, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to whoop his ass. I'm going to practice. This is how I know this motherfucker checkmated. When I saw the video, I was already like, shit, I need to make a list of things I need to practice. Like, I haven't jumped rope in fucking a year. I better figure out, relearn double. I need to just not look like a fucking ass clown when I do it. Wait, hold on. They got disconnected. Hold on. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with this phone. Hold on. Hello?
Yo.
I can't listen. I'm going to tell you guys something. I can't do fucking training programs from fucking other people because they don't fucking understand my body. You fucking idiots out there don't understand what it's like to be fucking 52 years old. You have to be fucking very, very careful.
You got me there, but let me tell you this. Your boy Taylor.
Yeah.
He knows you. He knows your body. Tell him, hey, my back, this and my whatever, and he'll figure some shit out for you to do. Trust me.
Listen, I'm fucking 10 times the programmer him and JR are combined. They don't fucking.
Oh my God,
dude! Yesterday
if they're listening, I can't wait for them to hear that.
Oh well, it's just the truth. I don't even talk to those guys about any of that stuff because like I don't even want to get into it with them. I just like watching them just go off. Listen, yesterday it took me 30 minutes to work up to a I did 3 because kind of what I want. I don't remember what I said, but I said something in the comments the other day about how I could squat clean 135, touch and go 10 times. And
right now you could do that.
Yeah. But then someone in the comments is like, no, you can't. So then I went in the garage and I spent 30 minutes like working up to it. And I did 4 touch and go with 135 squat cleans, and I was like, "Ooh, I should stop." I stopped. So I've been working on that a little bit. But yesterday, it took me 30 minutes, dude, to work up to be able to do 3 touch and go with 160 squat clean, and it was fucking hard. I am not the spring chicken I used to be.
But your back, right?
No, it's not my back. It's just it's when you're 52, just the way everything fires takes forever to be explosive enough to be like. I started with 75 pounds, and it seemed fucking crazy to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like
also, I squat clean. I can't even.
Though, right?
I can't squat clean 75 pounds cold. I had to do 10 front squats with 75 pounds first. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, you're a little older. I get it, but it was cold as hell, right? It wasn't in the 40s yesterday in your neck of the woods.
No. I wear 3 pairs of long johns and 4 sweatshirts when I work out. I'm never cold. I'll let myself get old. Oh, look at Terry H. I'm 56. You haven't seen anything yet. I know. I can only imagine. I'm just turning into a fucking statue. But the good news is after 30 minutes, I can do some cool tricks. But dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. But the good thing also is here's the one good thing about Wooly. I will tell him this. He did give me time. Like I could probably build my engine. I could build my engine up a little bit more.
And the good also with that, the good news is the open isn't, I mean, it's 3 weeks, and it's not like the hardest thing we did last year was bar muscle ups and heavier thrusters. So, it's not like you got to worry about maybe a 1 rep max snatch or
snatching would be bad.
Like
snatching would be really bad for me. I hate snatching.
Right. It's just super basic stuff. Get your double unders down, get your engine built up, get your squat capacity, all that stuff. You'd be good, dude. You'd be good. Because if you lose in style, like you were prepared, but like he was just a little bit fitter, it's all good. You lose looking like you did last year, you'd be good, brother.
I don't CK Kevin Wooly fucking 7 up. I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm here for it too. Here's the thing. If more people
he fit though?
Oh, I think he's really fit.
Oh, okay.
I saw him in a tank top the other day. He looks fucking really fit. If hi Ari.
Hi.
If I don't mind as long I like what he don't tell anyone this, but I like what he's doing, and I think it's good, and I think it's unifying, and I think it's funny. And I'm not worried about looking like a jackass, except if I really am a jackass. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't mind like if he doubles my score, but I don't want to go out there and like really not like some people actually think like I don't work out or I'm not fit. I am fit. I just don't want any I don't.
I know.
Like I don't want to. I don't want to like fool. I just don't like. I'd like to. It'd be cool if people are like, "Wow, he's not a fucking piece of shit like I thought he was." That would be enough for me.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Even if you lose, that's fine.
Yeah.
But last year when you're doing that deadlift, what the hell was it? Deadlift row, double under, whatever it was. That wasn't a good look. I'm just saying that we don't need that again. That's like, let's leave that in the past.
Oh, what do you mean? What the video Hiller made?
Yeah, the one Hiller made.
Oh, I thought I looked great.
I mean, that's the problem.
I thought I looked amazing. God, I thought I looked amazing.
I mean, I'm fine. I won't burst your bubble. You look awesome, dude. No, hey, did Wooly say? I don't know what he was implying in that video. It's always hard to like listen to him talk. I don't really enjoy it too much. But did he say basically it took his dad getting cancer to realize the importance of CrossFit and that it does save lives? Is that what he was implying in that?
No, I think what he said is somehow because he was doing CrossFit, I'm making this part up, but he was in tune enough with his body to catch that he had cancer. And so that he feels like he should support CrossFit as a whole, and how it affected him and his dad personally transcends any other retarded thoughts he might be having, which is probably most of his thoughts. And then from there, that's when he fucked me. I got drug into it, and
yeah, but he said like I was out before this happened or something. I don't know. Again, I listened to it once, and I'm in the gym, it was all loud, but it sounded like he said he was like, I was out until, I found my dad had cancer and then realized CrossFit saves lives. I don't know. That's how I interpreted it. That's how I heard it.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Because if that's the case, that's freaking stupid.
It's my friend Jeremy.
All right, you got a guess.
No, it's Ari. It's just Ari.
What's up, Ari? How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Hey, Ari, do you think that I should be able to go, or do you think I should win the contest to go to watch a comedy show with your dad's friend? What are you thinking about it?
This hot chick's going to a comedy show and she has to pick someone to go, and this guy wants to go with her.
It's a girl? Oh, then you have to win.
There you go. He said you have to win.
I have to. Oh, you're the man. There it is. It's settled. Sweet deal.
If it was a man, I'm like, do whatever you want. But it's a girl. I would probably win. Try to win.
I'm gonna
She's
see.
pretty hot too, dude.
I'm gonna see if I can go to the ranch and have Dave judge me for the Open. God, I hope I'm home for the Open.
That'd be cool.
Last year I wasn't even home for the Open. That was another thing. I was working I was doing some work for Greg. I have all sorts of excuses. Yeah, I was on the road for the last 2 weeks of the Open last year.
Were you in Arizona?
Yeah, I was in Arizona.
Wait, were we there too?
You were there.
Oh.
All right, cool.
Influenza B last
well, thank you for
Sunday.
making me feel like shit about my last look that was a bad look. Appreciate it.
Someone's got to do it, dude. We got to keep it real. But anyways, yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, peace out.
Peace. I thought that video was cool.
I didn't see it.
I thought it looked great. You see me work out every day. You think I look good when I work out? Be honest. What do I look like? Look like an old man, or I look like I'm fucking a savage?
Just, you know what surprises me?
What?
You're like freaking.
My pull-ups are crazy.
Know, you're like 75 pounds heavier than me. And I pick up baby 8 pounds, 14 pounds. You pick up like 40, and that's what surprises me.
Like how strong I am?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a beast.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So you're impressed by my physical prowess?
I don't know what that means, but okay, I'll say it.
Yeah, my ability.
Okay, I know what
You
that
see me walk
means.
around the house, you're like, yeah, my dad's a bad dude.
Sometimes.
Oh. Are you ever like, man, my dad's a pussy?
No, not really.
Okay, good. Not yet.
When you're 60, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. This other guy said when I'm 56, it'll be like that.
Really?
Oh, shut it, Ken. Sevi, there are boxes everywhere in the world. Remember, you were part of the fastest expansion ever, more than Starbucks. Thank you. Shut it. Go to a gym. I ain't going to a fucking affiliate.
Is Ken strong?
Yeah, all the people, all the
people who
all the people in the chat are strong. So all the listeners are strong. That's what's cool about the show. Sevi, we got $1,000 in the Matoti marketing budget. Accept the challenge only if he raises the stake to 1,000. Damn. Thanks, Dale. Thanks for taking. Thanks for. I'm trying to fucking like bring down the heat in the room. Thanks, Dale. Thanks, Dale.
You're not trying to get it cool
This
here.
other fucking old guy challenged me to a workout. Did I tell you that part? Yeah, this other old fucker. I don't even want to be friends with the dude now. I got to work out with him.
You have to?
Yeah, I have to.
You don't have to do.
Listen, if you went to a jiu-jitsu tournament and you saw a kid and he was bigger than you, would you still go out there?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, well, because you're not a pussy. I can't be a pussy either.
Well, you're 52.
I know
right?
this guy's old as dirt too. This guy might be.
strong?
This guy might be older. Yeah,
Stronger than you?
probably. We'll see. We're about to find out.
Is he coming here or are you going there?
He's coming here to our house. No, he's not. He's not coming here. I don't think he's coming here. Maybe he'll come here. I don't know.
Is it a joke or is this real?
It's real. This is real. He made a post on the internet saying, I want to compete against Sevon. The loser has to pay $500.
What if he loses?
If he loses, I'll get the money. I'll give it to you. I'll split it with
No,
you.
no. Give 100 to Mom. Give 100 to Avi. Give 100 to Joey. 100 to me. 100 to you.
And then 100 to my mom, to Metabolic.
No, you keep the 100.
Well, that's only 400. I'll have 500. Oh no, that's 500. You're right. Okay, yeah. Divvy it up with the family.
Just split it.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
100 each.
I'm not.
Just keep it.
I got 500 to add to the pot if you're serious about going. No, guys, fuck nuts. I don't want to. I'm not interested in increasing the fucking pot. You and Dale are stressing me out. No, there's no increasing the pot. Listen, it's $500. Listen, I'm not even going to mention Woolie's name until ever again. I fucking lost. I concede. He checkmated me. I'm going to do it quietly at the ranch, live on my Instagram.
But you're doing it at the ranch?
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
That'll be fine.
Here's the good thing. You ready?
Yeah.
If people see me doing it, then maybe other people will do it who weren't going to do it, just because they can then get a shot at beating me. Someone sent me our placements last year.
Wait, I got one more thing to say. If an old man beats you, I'll definitely call you a pussy.
Okay.
I'll cry too, even if you want to cry.
Last year, someone sent me this screenshot, and it says last year he took 57,000th in the Open. Wooly did, and I took 147,000th.
Did you beat him?
No, he killed me 100,000 by 100,000 places.
Oh my God.
I don't understand this. Oh, shit. So I don't understand this. In the first workout last year, Wooly has a time and I have reps. That means he finished the workout and I didn't. And that's why I have reps. Is that what that means? What was the first workout? What was 24.1? Mom wants you to come back to the house for a second.
1 second.
That's what she said. She said, she said, can Ari come back for a second? Yeah. And then you can come back. Leave the door open a crack when you leave. Because it's getting hot in here, I think. Are you hot in here?
I'm fine.
All right. Burpee snatches. That was the workout? All right. All right. Let's not talk about this ever again. Until the Open. Oh, that Emma Lawson, Shelby Neal, and Danielle Brandon are gonna all be on the same team at Wodapalooza. That's cool. All right. Sevon, if you do this, remember you have the whole Sevonista team behind you. Oh, I'm gonna do it. No, you listen. You guys take the fucking week off. I don't need it. Listen, I don't need any. No more money. No more pressure. Sevon, if you win, he will. If you win, he will donate $500 to an affiliate charity of your choice. Yeah, that's to me. I'll take the money. If he wins, then you donate $500 to CrossFit First, the adaptive class at Shargan Falls CrossFit. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Meaning you just so then people can do like a scholarship for like whatever. If they charge $200 a month, like a 2.5 month scholarship. Yeah, that's cool shit. I like that. His whole idea is fucking great. His whole idea is great. Oh, my triceps are so sore. Oh, man. What am I going to do? I need just a list of the movements that have been in the open, and I just need to practice them. And I probably should lose 10 pounds. That way, if there is something crazy that comes up like muscle ups or something like that, there'd be no fucking way he can beat me. I mean, not in the totality of it, but I mean in that one workout. It would be cool if I could win one workout. Although that's a pretty, those numbers are pretty scary. I don't even think I was that's pretty. I think that's pretty crazy. Now that I'm kind of remembering the workout last year, like finishing it, I don't think he was even an option for me. How many reps did you need to finish 24.1? Was I even close? What was the time cap on that? I was 3 minutes behind him. 25.1 snatches and burpees. Yeah, 300 air squats for time would be awesome. The caveat is he will probably not send you the money, but send it to the affiliate or charity. At the end of the day, I don't even care. Wooly, Sevon accepts the challenge. Will he finish the open for the first time ever? God, you're an asshole. I know, that's what I was thinking. Content. You can get great content out of it too. Yeah. No, here's the thing. Chase, just give him the $500 and keep talking shit to him. This isn't coming to be his gotcha moment. No, it's good. Here's the thing. Oh, the behind the scenes will be coming out soon from the games. And last year I did a video saying you should take your L1 and you should do the open. So maybe this year I'll make a video saying I'm doing the open against the distinguished gentleman, Mr. Woolley, or something. You should do it too. It just gives me kind of like something fresh, and at least it's authentic and sincere, so fuck no. Loser has to go on the other podcast live. Let me come up with the ideas. By the way, I can't believe I saw this shirt in my closet and I picked it again. I can't believe it. I just wanted to see if it felt as soft after I washed it once. Yeah, it feels so good. It's amazing. Shirt's amazing. I did fuck him up yesterday on the show pretty good. I felt pretty good about that. About defining the lease rents model, or what was it? Rent being in someone's head and paying rent or something. That was cool. I want to show you something fucking batshit crazy. You ready for this? These are all the Kamala voters. This is all the Kamala voters. The doctors, the physicists, the people who work at HQ, John Woolley. This is all of them in a fucking nutshell right here. This is everyone on Reddit. This is everyone in the fucking comments in the comments on all the on any post that fucking Katrin Doder does. This is it. This fucking is them. You have to fucking believe me. This is them. What I'm about to show you. Okay, ready? Watch this. This is real life, but it's like an SNL skit. Ariana Grande, I don't know who that is. I thought, is Ariana Grande the same? That's different than Selena Gomez. Are those the same? And I don't know what the fuck this hideous creature is next to her with all the holes in her face. Ariana Grande makes wild mistakes in cringe wicked interview. This is not a mistake, people. This is complete. This is why people don't like Trump. This is nuts. Okay, ready for this? You're not even going to believe what I'm about to show you.
Yeah, everyone is just so beautifully queer, and that roots all the way back to the L. Frank Baum books, where like literally the most commonly used word in the books is queer, and star theater queer, lovely, beautiful friends, and I don't know, it's just a celebration. I mean, how do you honor that history?
I'm gonna play that for you one more time. It's a little hard to get. She was in some movie. I think it's a remake of The Wizard of Oz. And she's referencing how the word queer was used in the book. Like today, it means you like cock in your mouth if you have a cock, or you like to eat pussy if you have a pussy. That's what it means now, right? / pedophile. It's different than gay and lesbian because it also means you like it. It's you're gay or lesbian. Someone told me this recently, and you like some other weird shit. So there's gay and lesbian. That's like if you like the same genitalia that's in your pants to be on your face, but if you're queer, it's that plus let's just throw pedophile in there. But that's not the way it's used in the Wizard of Oz, and I guess in the original Wizard of Oz book. It's like obviously. Like I don't even know what book she's talking about, and I know it's an old book, and I know they didn't use the word back then. Queer just meant like just strange.
Everyone is just so beautifully queer, and that roots all the way back to the L. Frank Baum books, where like literally the most commonly used word in the books is queer, and star theater queer, lovely, beautiful friends, and I don't know, it's just a celebration. I mean, how do you honor that history?
Is Ariana Grande okay? The Wonderful Wizard of Oz was published in the year 1900. So the reason that it used the word queer a ton throughout the text was not because it was a work of LGBTQIA2 spirit plus Wi-Fi password community, whatever, allyship. No, it was because back then queer was routinely used as a word that meant strange or odd. It had nothing to do with queerness as Ariana Grande or Cynthia Erivo.
They can't even fucking navigate the world. I remember in anthropology, there was a word for that. What was it? Not ethnocentric. There was another word, but it's basically it's basically conflating your timeline and perception of the world with with other timelines. It's like what is the word? It's bringing God. What the fuck is that word? Does anyone know what word I'm talking about? It's like when you bring your ideas. It would be like someone in our time saying those fucking idiots always left their cell phones in their car in 1982 without acknowledging the fact that the cell phone was attached to the car. It's called, fuck, what the fuck is that? God, these people are fucking stupid. Egocentric, no. It's an anthropology term. It's like ethnocentric. It's like, I think ethnocentric means like when you bring your culture, but there's one that's specific to temporal relationships. What is that word? Don't we have any anthropology? Libtard. Oh my God. Oh my God. I want to say it starts with an A. God, what is that word? Oh my God. You think it? So Wooly got Sevi all flustered. You think Wooly's affected my vocabulary? Shut the fuck up. That's where it is. That word. It is anachronism. That is the word. Anachronism. Anachronism, because I don't feel like I've ever heard that word. A thing belonging or appropriate to a period other than which it exists, especially a thing that is conspicuously old-fashioned. Yeah, it is that. But then when you, that's part of it. But then there's an actual, when you analyze something from the past using an anachronism, it is, and it's this thing. It's an anthropological term. Or at least I feel like I learned it in Anthropology 101, where I did take a box of wine and bang this redheaded chick who was sitting in the front row. Amanda? I think her name was Amanda. I held her hand in class. Can you imagine that? Just think about what a fucking pimp I was back then. I sat next to her every single day, introduced myself, and then one day just during class, just fucking held her hand. God, I was fucking crazy. It's very romantic. Can you imagine? Like, think she feels very safe there. It was one of those, it was Anthropology 101. It was in a fucking, there were like, I don't know if there were 500 people in the class or 900, but it was a massive class. You know what I mean? It's one of those giant ones. And I'll never forget the teacher was like, yeah, don't do that now. Yeah, hell no. Dude, let me tell you something. I walk around in this now and people look at me like I'm a creepy old man. I'm fucked. But I could probably do it to some old lady still. I bet you I could do it to like some 80-year-old lady, 70-year-old lady. Like if I was taking some class with her somewhere, like at the college that's like for old people. And she was like 20 years older than me. I could still do it. I just have to know my audience. You know what I mean? The teacher, I remember the teacher in that anthropology class was like, one of the things we're studying, we're like, and he's up there and he's like, monkeys, when they're young monkeys play in order to practice fighting skills that they will need when they're older. This was studied in a PhD thesis by blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, holy fuck. Let me write this down. So monkeys play as young monkeys so that they can develop skills for fighting. They wrestle when they're young so they can develop skills for fighting when they're older. Okay, got it. Thank you. Whew. Fucking college. He was like a famous anthropologist too. I think that may have even been his. I wonder if I could remember his name if I saw it. I mean, I definitely can't remember it, but I wonder if I saw it, if I would recognize it. Oh, my wife left the house. Your mom isn't coming today. I'm doing yoga at 9:30. Kids will be fine. Kids have an appointment at 11:30. Oh, I need to work out. I need to prepare for Wooly. I don't even do CrossFit anymore. I just prepare for Wooly. That's my training program. Oh, is it ethnocentrism? Judging other cultures by the views and values of one. Yeah. That's ethno, but there's one so that's based on culture. There's one that's ignoring the temporal relationships between you and something that you're evaluating. Yoga Woolly Prep by Sevon. Yoga equals Nick. Oh, fuck you, Barry. I'm doubling down on the assault bike. Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe you think I should just switch to the rower now? Holy shit, that's great advice. I just need to start rowing. Just completely change my shit, right? You're right. God, for the first time in my life, I hope I get injured. I hope I get injured. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's good. Rowing. That's good advice. Any other advice for me? Actually, no, shut the fuck up, everyone. I don't want any more advice. That was a 1 in a million that Barry did that. Rowing. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to switch. So all that time I spend on the bike, I'm going to switch to rowing. Okay, that's good. That's solid. Because I did notice, like, just I've been changing my workouts out just a little bit lately, and I already can tell like some composition change, and I've been doing higher rep pull-ups and higher rep push-ups, and okay, rowing. That's solid. Jesus, this sounds horrible. 40 cals on the rower, 40 burpees. 1, 2, 3. 3 rounds, 3.5 rounds. Yeah, double unders. Okay, rowing. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely work on my double unders. I was never very good at them, but I really enjoy them, so that's good. I don't really mind rowing either. All right. Don't get carried away. No one say anything stupid. I'm liking you guys right now. Don't anyone say anything fucking dumb. Really liking that. Matt Burns, double unders. Brian Barry McCockner, rowing. All right. Thrusters. Yeah, thrusters. I do thrusters every once. I do 10 thrusters with the bar and 10 burpees, alternating 10 rounds pretty often. Maybe okay. I'll put thrusters down here. More thrusters. More thrusters. 80-pound dumbbell snatch. I don't know about that. I did 10 reps with the 60 the other day. That, by the way, once again, that took me 30 fucking minutes to work up to be able to do 10 unbroken reps with the 60-pound dumbbell. And you know what's crazy? This is another thing. Where's the guy that told me that being wait till you're 56? You know what started happening? I did 10 reps with the 60-pound dumbbell, alternating hands, and my hands started opening up. I can't even fucking believe that. That's crazy. My hands started opening up with dumbbell snatches. Jeremy, I bet someone has better rowing technique than you. My technique's impeccable. I called my wife out yesterday when I did those 160-pound squat cleans. I'm like, I still got it, huh? She's like, yeah, I move like a fucking dream. Maybe my sequencing or my motor recruitment pattern isn't perfect, or maybe I bounce it off my hip, but fuck, I move fucking great. That's the one good thing. My burpees are fucking impeccable. Everyone looks like the last one. Grip strength is strongly associated with cognitive health as we get older. Well, fuck, then mine's eroding. I can't even fucking believe. I couldn't believe my hands started opening. I mean, I could believe it. Yeah, I was blown. Hey, dude, I was blown away. I was blown away that I was able to do that. The first rep I did I couldn't even squat clean 170. I couldn't tell my body. I went out there, I put 75 pounds on the bar and I tried to squat clean it, and I couldn't tell my body to do it. I told my body to squat clean and I caught it in a power clean and then just front squatted. I was like, well, fuck, I better do 10 of these, grease the groove. I could not tell my body to do 75 pounds. I thought, like, my body's like, you're going to hurt yourself. And I was already warm. I'd already been on the assault bike for 10 minutes forward and 10 minutes backward. All right. We did Ariana Grande's Retarded. We did breast reduction. God, how nice were her tits? Those were crazy. Her tits were so nice they looked fake. What's this? Oh, this. By the way, this will put the Daniel Penny thing into perspective. I bet Wooly can't power clean it though. I bet you Wooly can. I think he might be a big dude. He's not a little bite-sized man like me. He might be. I think he's a big dude. I think he's like a 6 foot tall dude. Okay. Which is crazy though, because he obviously destroyed me on the snatch burpee workout. So fuck, what do I know? Okay, here we go.
The Daniel Penny case. One of the prosecutors is an insane liberal, and you have to hear how this person's brain works.
Daphne urine. not too long ago, prosecuted a man who was robbing somebody at an ATM. The robber pushed the man down. He was old. You can see there. He hit his head. He later died of brain contusion.
The defendant did not intentionally kill the victim. Unfortunately, it was an older individual. He was 86. And in the course of the robbery, he fell to the ground. And as a result, he died. This is, under the law, a felony murder, which is akin to intentional murder. However, when I first got the case, I learned, I took the time to learn about the defendant. And it was a strong case, so it wasn't about a whodunit. I knew immediately who did it. I could prove it. I could take it to trial that day and win it. But it wasn't about that. It was that the more I learned about the defendant and his life and the circumstances, the kinds of things that Jarrell was talking about, that one should take into account the trauma of that individual.
Jarrell.
I really felt incredibly sorry for him that he had gotten to that point in his life where he felt like there was no other choice but to.
She feels sorry for the guy who had gotten to a place where in his life where he had no other options but to rob an 86-year-old man at the ATM and fucking kill him on accident. She felt bad that, oh my God, can you imagine the place that that guy must be in? That he had to rob a guy who was 86 years old at the ATM? He must have been in a really bad place.
Commit this robbery.
Why is it that so many liberals are obsessed with empathizing with the perpetrators of crimes? How about it doesn't matter how he got there? He killed someone's family member. But to hell with them, I guess. And this woman is now prosecuting Daniel Penny.
In that case, she wanted leniency for a criminal who accidentally killed someone.
Right. Hey, is that weird to go on Fox News with a shirt that has a little window into your titties? You see it like that? Isn't that's interesting, right? Little window into your titties on Fox News. Okay, anyway, back to Daniel Penny.
But in this case, she wants to throw the book at somebody who accidentally killed somebody while trying to protect other people. I mean, where's the justice system going here?
In that case, Matthew Lee was facing 25 to life, but thanks to Yoran, he got only 10 years. She seems happy about this outcome. This was the first time a Manhattan DA used what is called restorative justice for a homicide case.
This shit is unreal. This shit is unreal. I don't care how bad anything is going on in your life. You can't rob someone at an ATM. I don't care if your wife just died, your kids just died. You need to pay for your lawyer for your daughter who was raped. You don't need to pay for your kid's fucking heart surgery. You need to pay ransom for your daughter that's being held. Something. No, you can't rob someone at an ATM. And then she tries to justify it. Have you heard these people trying to justify the killing of the United Healthcare CEO? Did you see Elizabeth Warren? Elizabeth Warren, United Healthcare justify? It's crazy. She said people can only be pushed so far. This is this when you see this video, you're gonna trip. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. I want to find you the whole video. Oh, I can't find there was a great I took a picture. I was watching it yesterday when I was working out. I want to show you the whole video. It shows all these people trying to justify his murder. The left is fucked up, man. They are some fucking bad people. Should I just show you the little clip? From Fox News. I wonder if this will play. This isn't the full piece. Oh, it's a pharmacy ad.
And many even achieve 100% clear skin.
Sky Rizzy.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections.
Sky Rizzy. How do I skip this ad? Jesus Christ. Yeah, justifying the death of this guy is inappropriate.
Chief Steve Forbes, you'd be hard put to find a sitting senator saying something more vile than that. I guess that she sees votes and talking about, well, you know, you can only push people.
Encouraging people to murder.
Oh, wait, are they going to play
there
it?
hasn't been one. Let's go murder people. It shows
Oh,
a
no, they're not even going to play it. And of course, it's with Joy Reid. I'll find it tomorrow. I couldn't find my phone, so I took a picture of the TV screen of the video I wanted to play you guys with my wife's phone, and now I don't have it. She's off at yoga. Yoga. All right. Yeah, listen. Listen, yeah, that when I say I don't believe in charities, like I would spend that $500. I would use that money to buy $500 worth of shit at Doc Spartan. Like, I believe in supporting companies. Charities is just incentivizing people to put their thumb in their ass and then pull it out and suck on it. I'm not doing that. Not all of them, just 99% of them. Maybe I'll give my money to the same charity that Wooly is. If that one sounded okay. But why I would rather buy $500 worth of stuff from DocSpartan.com. Get your Matuthian now. That way, the people that Dale King employs over there at Doc Spartan get rewarded. They're hardworking people who are going through hardship in their own life, who've gone through rehab. And then I can give the product away to other people. That's my idea of charity. Let someone else spend my fucking money. How about go fuck yourself? There's no fucking way 99% of the people in the world cannot do better with $500 than I can. Hello. Hi, Kathleen. Yeah, give me your money. I'll make sure that people's lives are better. You just send your money to me. Pat Lang, I don't think you're going to have to worry about where you'll have to give your money. Oh, great. Hey, you you think he knows he's going to trounce me and that's why he picked on me? Dude, fuck this dude up. Find the smallest dude in the room. Just beat his ass. Get some pussy tonight. That guy over there, kick his ass. My wife will see me do it and I'll get tons of pussy tonight. Let me tell you something, though. My wife I'm going to get pussy whether I win or lose. She's going to be so proud of me. My house is like the Special Olympics. Anything I do, I get fucking rewarded for. No, Jesus, that's not. Can we pull up Woolie's open stats? No, that's not going to make me feel good at all. Someone sent me a screenshot. The fucking first workout last year, this motherfucker finished a workout. I'm like, you know what I thought at first? This is how stupid I am. Someone sent me that, and I'm like, that fucking idiot put in a time when it was supposed to be reps. And then it was actually in real time when I was and I was going to tell you guys that. Then in real time, as I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, fuck. I put in reps because I didn't finish the workout. Like, so I'm in a whole different category of being judged. Yeah, never mind. I don't want to see him then. Yeah. Fucking break my heart. I don't know how old he is. Can't tell. He's got so much semen on his face. He fucking looks like he's 12. He's got that fucking skin soft. All right. This one really blows me away. I've cracked the code on if you lose, you should 100% go the route of the victim. Yeah, let's work on the script for that. A sympathy fuck from Haley, yeah, probably. Hey, I cracked the code on women. This is how you guys get equality. You guys want equality? All you have to do is deflate your tits. This woman's fucking Instagram is her topless everywhere. Think of the message this sends. If you look at it. Look at this. So if you want to show your titties, that's a girl, right? Who had her titties deflated? Look at it. So if you deflate your tits, you can show them on IG. Look at that. I can't believe, I thought for sure I was going to get that comment pulled off. Can you fucking believe this account? This account is this girl just endlessly topless everywhere. Unless this is a dude that turned into a girl, but I think this is a girl that had her titties chopped off. And now she's so excited that she gets to show her shit. Is this wild? So this is the message. Pat Lang, I know you have daughters. So if they, oh wait, what is this? My guess is 99% of actual trans people. My guess is 99% of actual trans people hate this cunt. Well, the people at Instagram love her. So you can chop your titties off. Hey, and you know why she chopped her titties off, right? Not so she could win Wimbledon. She chopped off her tits so that guys wouldn't be attracted to her because she's scared of guys because of something some guy did to her. Who thinks I'm wrong? Who wants to fight in the comments? Who thinks I'm wrong? Anyway, if you want to show your tit, I cracked the code for all the women who want equality. Very simple. Just chop off your titties. It's sad she gets validation from others. She chopped off her tits because she's an idiot. Sevi is right for once. Thank you. Throw enough shit at the wall, something will stick. I'm curious how big they were. Me too. Oh, I'll scroll around. That's a great. I wonder how big they were too. Oh yeah, there's some footage of, I think there's. Damn, I'm going way back. Looks like her scars are actually getting better. It's just crazy. That's what you have to do as a woman to be topless on the internet. You have to chop your tits off. Not the internet, on Instagram. All she did was deflate her tits, and then you get to show them. Doesn't something about that just not seem right? I don't know what the solution is, but that's all that we're saying, right? This is still a girl, and then she deflated them, and now she gets see her scar, and now she gets to show them. Hey, look at me. It's a trip. Let's see. What if they were just giant fucking Melonious D's? I'm so far back now, and I still don't. I wonder, will those grow back? I don't know, man. I don't know if we're ever gonna see him. I am so far back now. There should be a button where you can just push it and it takes you back to someone. Oh, now I can see it. Now, oh shit. Her and her friend did it. Wow, this is fucking crazy. This is nuts, dude. What world have I... Sevy, you have bigger tits than her. Chop them off. Just hot they them shit. Oh my goodness. Fascinating. God, life must be such a... Be thankful, man, if you have a simple life. What a fucking struggle. What I wouldn't want any surgery. Uh-oh, I think maybe I found him. I think maybe I found him. I think maybe I found them. Okay, so they were just nice. They were just nice little titties. She didn't have anything crazy done. I mean, it's still crazy, don't get me wrong. I wonder if you can donate tits like you can donate hair. Oh shit, is this... Help Stevie chop off their tits. Holy shit, she did a fucking GoFundMe to chop off her tits. This is insane. Oh my God. It gets worse. It does get worse? Or you're saying it gets worse? I'm going to start a GoFundMe to chop my dick off. Oh my goodness. Can't what happened to the days when girls just grew armpit hair? Why can't you just grow armpit hair? Why not just some armpit hair? Oh my God, she's so pretty too. What a fucking disaster. All right. I'll leave her alone. Hope she finds peace. Or something. Not even peace. Fun. I'd rather pay for you to get fake tits. Oh. You better ask Kaylee first. Yeah, Garrett, listen, man. Listen. No, you listen. Are we going to get Binge Bros or not? Yeah, Friday. Tomorrow, I'm going to watch the CrossFit Games documentary today. I'm going to buy it on iTunes. I'm going to watch I showed you an affiliate video. I had a doctor on that talked about sugar and healthy lifestyle. I'm going to do the open with the distinguished gentleman from Retardville, John Woolley. I'm going to watch the CrossFit Games documentary. And tomorrow I'm going to have David Check on in the morning. He's the director of the CrossFit Games director and producer. And then tomorrow night I'll do the Binge Bros. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, I'm going to a big party in Santa Cruz. And tomorrow I'm going to a big party in Santa Cruz. And there's going to be so many libtards there. It's going to be interesting. And I was thinking about I asked my wife if she could make this. She laughed at me. Charcuterie Trump. Have you ever seen that charcuterie Trump board? That image of it? Is this it? This isn't a very good one. But I was thinking my wife could make this. Maybe I might have to make this. I was thinking about bringing this to the party. That can't be that hard, right? That can't be that hard to make. What do I need? I was going to use black olives instead of Oh shit, dude. Look at this one. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. I was thinking about using black olives instead of blueberries. Do lib friends have do the lib friends you have that aren't into CrossFit listen? No. Dude, listen, this I'm starting to realize this show is so fucking over the top. I didn't realize it, but when I see comments and shit just around the internet or stuff people say like this is the for some reason some people think this show is like so over the top, and they're terrified of it. I think in some groups I'm viewed as grotesque even. You know, like the mask wearing seventh booster crowd. They're glad the United Healthcare CEO was killed. That crowd finds me vile. Oh, you did make the NFL guy listen. Oh, good. It's good. He should listen. I think I could do this. You think it's harder than it looks? I don't even think most people would note it. Oh, I didn't. Oh shit, I didn't share the screen. Oh shit, I made it big. Sorry. This. Fuck, that makes me hungry. All right. I went to the butcher yesterday and I bought 7 ribeyes. What do you think the chances are I'm going to go out into the kitchen? There's going to be one on the stove for me. All right. Thanks, guys, for hanging in there. Thank you to the David Weed, Ken Walters, Heidi Kroom, Augustus Link, Matt Burns, Judy Reed, Kathleen, Brianna, Clock, Jonathan Ortega, Miss Elise Reddow, Mason Mitchell, Jethro Cardona, Dale King, Ken Walters, Joseph Ramirez, Rodney Troyer, Pat Lang, 12 Daily Doses. Thank you to all of you. What's today? Thursday? Last night I almost came on late night and did a show on the UFOs or the drones. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Tomorrow, though, don't forget, watch the CrossFit Games documentary today. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.